The Albury Sports Ground for Albury taking on the Lavington Panthers. We'll get Brad Freak on the 40 wing stats to run through who we're taking numbers with this afternoon, Bradley.
Yeah, we start with the Albury Tigers. We've got Jake Gaynor, Jack Lipscomb, Anthony Miles, Ben Patton and Elliot Power. And for the Lavington side of things, we've got the dual action, the two Glanville brothers, Sean Driscoll and Nick Newton as well.
Who wins today and why, Luke Francis? All thanks to Borderband Ag.
Gussie, I'll go with Lavington by 2 goals. I think it'll be a very close game. I'm just going with the form coming off the Magpies game last week rather than the Rovers and the Tigers. It wasn't a lot of goal scoring in that game last week, so slightly with the Panthers in this one.
And the Panthers bolstered by the Geelong VFL bye today, Luke Francis.
Yeah, Jesse Hart and Jack Costello will play today, Gussie, so they're out there looking forward to seeing how they go.
Out of the side is unfortunately the Lizard. Lizard Wilson, who is a superstar in the making across the half-back line. He won't take the field today for the Panthers, and also coming out of the lineup is Ryder Corrigan, who made his VFL debut. Brad Freak, who wins for you?
I'm just going to have to go the Tigers today, I reckon. Obviously, as we said earlier with Lindsay, the Dogs spoiled their 150th celebrations earlier in the year. Now with all the premiership reunion today, I reckon they'll just give them a little bit of info. I think it'll be a tight game, though. It'll only be a couple of goals in it. I've
tipped during the week the Lavington Panthers, but I've just got a funny feeling about the Albury Tigers. Now, I reckon Isaac Muller, Luke Francis, I reckon he's lost another punishment during the week because he's got a tinge through the hair. I reckon he's had to roll the dice again.
Oh, I think what's happened there, Gussie, it was that really bleached blonde, and then he got it dyed back, and it is a slight tinge, you're right. It's almost like the lightest orange, isn't it?
He's been to the hairdresser, that's for sure. Here we go, O&M Live. The first quarter is thanks to A-grade oils and batteries. The men in green are ready to rock and roll. Mason Ring holds the Sharon aloft, and Luke Francis will kickstart proceedings between Lavington and the Albury Tigers.
Yeah, here we go, round 16. So both ruckmen met and the ball hit the ground. No one got a hand to it. Here's Sean Driscoll picking up for the Panthers to Jack Driscoll to Billy and then back to Jack. And they move it laterally across half-back. Buchanan moves it off to Jack Costello. Inboard to Jack Glanville. So a lot of possessions here from the Panthers. Now a kick going forward, and it's marked by Aiden Cook. So right on the paint of 50, Noriel Park end. They're looking for the perfect start. First term for A-grade oils and batteries. So Aiden can really latch onto the footy when he makes solid contact. I think he's got the breeze at his back too, Freaky.
Yeah, it does. It definitely looks like there is a slight breeze towards the Noriel end. He's going to have to kick it all of about 52, 53 metres.
So for a goal here in the first couple of minutes, Aiden Cook lines up. He struck it sweetly. He's got it. And he tells Jack Lipscomb about it too, Aiden Cook. So a bit of argy-bargy here at the top of the 50 Noriel Park end. But anyway, 6-0 on the Steel Line scoreboard. Panthers up.
We've seen plenty of that little niggle in the reserves game as well at the start of the day. So looks like a little bit of that, I guess, rivalry, bad blood, whatever you want to call it. It's going to carry over into the seniors as well. But yeah, good start there by the Panthers. Obviously, a couple of early touches for Jack Glanville on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Great start from Lavington. The dream start from Aiden Cook, who is one of the vice-captains of the Lavington Panthers.
Wouldn't guess that.
Back in the middle of the ground, Muller and Big Jack Driscoll. Bit of a 50-50. Patton's tracking his ball, so too is Driscoll for the Panthers. Muller hacks it forward for the yellow and black in their heritage jersey today. The runner's Elliot Powell on the corner of the centre square. Paddles it forward towards Page. He's set up on quickly. And it's been a free kick for a push in the back here. It's going to go against Riley Costello. Jake Page is going to be the recipient for the Albury Tigers. A kick and a half from home. He looks to the hot spot. Newton's got a few to beat. Jack Driscoll floated back in the hole. Got the fist. O'Brien via hand finds a runner. The Lavington Panthers have it with Sheridan across half back. He comes out towards the swimming pool side of the ground. Sean Driscoll has it on centre wing. Chipping ball, searching for Cook, who just waited, and Garthwaite got in the road. Hillary intervenes, a stoppage, smack bang on centre wing. And then it's going to be a ball up in front of our broadcast position.
Gus McLeod calling for Border Bad Dag. Brad Freak on the 40-wing stats. His special comments for the Newmarket. Here's Muller, taken by Jack Driscoll, just down in front of our broadcast spot. So partly cloudy in Albury, although above the Albury Sports Ground it's quite clear. 15 degrees. Here's Jack Glanville burning away from the stoppage. Gets it off to Charlie Douglas, left foot. So they edge it inside 50. Noriel Parkham. Fletcher Hart missed the footy. Sammy Standing gets it on his left boot. He hooks it around the rooster going back. That one wayward, and it's gone through for a minor score. So 7 playing nil. Panthers up here, thanks to Steel Line. We've gone over 3 minutes on the NZ time clock. Freak, have we got anything yet on the stat sheet to tell about?
Yeah, Jack Glanville's had the 3 early disposals for Lavington Panthers, and Sean Driscoll's had 2 for Lavington on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Albury yet to really get clean possession of the ball, as Hart's going to have the kick-in duties. Won't miss him if you're watching from home. Long blonde locks. His kick's an absolute Barry Crocker. Turnover, interception, shot on goal from Buchanan is well and truly across the face, and that won't trouble the scorers out of bounds on the full, Bradley.
Just rushed it a little bit. I think Buchanan had a little bit more time than he actually realised then. Could have settled himself, but yeah, one miss there for the Panthers.
Duncan found Wilson with Sedgwick hot on his heels. Umpire says come back on the mark. So Jesse Wilson re-signed for the football club for 2 years last week. He's going to be a Tiger for a long period of time. Muller and Jack Driscoll have a strong battle on centre wing. We have a boundary throw in front of the interchange gates here on O&M Live. We've played 4.5 minutes thanks to NZ Albury. The Panthers lead 7-0 Albury zip.
14.94 to AY. Ball comes back into play. Muller, Driscoll over the back. Billy Glanville taken down. Sedgwick picks it up. Kicked 3 goals last week versus the Magpies. He's caught holding the footy. Jack Lipscomb coming off a great game versus the Rovers 7 days ago. And Jack on half back for the yellow and black. And he spears it down the line towards Muller. Got a hand to it. Walker going after it. Matt flicked it up off for his heels. Patton got taken down. Ryan comes through. And was he being held? This one's going to be paid to Ben Patton, in fact. So it's coming back, Freaky. And he could have a shot from 50 if he likes.
Yeah, he's going to have to kick it, as we say, probably about 52 metres there, Ben Patton. Probably a little bit unlucky there, Lavy. It was just one of those ones, the ball just got away from him and had a bit of his shirt. But it was the right decision there by the umpire in that moment there.
They re-signed Ben only in the last 10 days. The Albury Tigers, the former Sydney Swan and St Kilda Saint. This to try and put the first major on the board for the Tigers. At the moment, they trail 7-0. Ben, good contact. It's hit the post. So 7 plays 1 here, thanks to Steel Line opening term. We're going 5.5 thanks to NZ. Here's Gus McLeod for Border Bandag.
Bit of a breeze starting to pick up here. Our notes are blustering around in the box. Of course, no boundary rider today, so we might get Bradley to stick his finger out the window and hope for the best when it comes to a breeze.
Yeah, there's breeze.
We're just yet to work out which way it is going. Certainly is swirling. As Lavington have it across the half-back line with Glanville, Billy, who wants to penetrate through the corridor. Garthwaite sits in the hole. Sean Driscoll got there a little bit too quickly. And now Ulsterhoff uses the non-preferred on the left to send one inside forward 50. Stenning was the target. It spills out the back. Sedgwick doing some good pressure work. Driscoll got a crumbing ball towards goal. Sedgwick lurks, finds a handballing target, and O'Brien breaks around 1, breaks around 2, handballs in hope. Garthwaite and Hart happy to see it across the line for a minor score. So Lavington's forwards are starting to wreak havoc. Just yet to manage to hit some dominance on the scoreboard. Oh, dangerous kick in from Michael Duncan, and Tim Ulsterhoff couldn't believe his luck. 25 metres out directly in front.
Picked the tallest bloke out there for Lavy, didn't he? Big Ulsterhoff in that forward half there, but really good awareness from him, just like the rest of the Lavington forwards to start this game. They've had really good pressure, probably all over the ground, but particularly in that forward half. A couple of turnovers, just some sloppy kicking as well from Albury. We saw from the last kick in from Fletcher Hart that he turned the ball over, and then this one here. So just giving Lavy some opportunities to really get a foothold in the game. So
here's Ulsterhoff leading the Doug Strang medal in season 2026. From 25 metres out, straight in front, the Rooster. He steers it through the big sticks, and Lavington have got 2. They lead 2-2 to the Albury Tigers, just 1 behind here in the opening term for A-grade oils and batteries.
Yeah, the 3 early inside 50s as well on the 40-wing stat sheet for the Panthers, and able to have 4 shots a goal in that time. Obviously, there's been a couple of turnovers in that as well, but the main ball winners so far for the Panthers is Jack Glanville with 3, and Sean Driscoll as well. He's had 3. Just singles to Jake Gaynor, Jack Lipscomb, Ben Patton, and Elliot Power so far for the Tigers.
That makes it 54 goals for the year for Tim Ulsterhoff. He's having a super season. Here's Miles out of the middle on the boot. Bowden handballs it off to Page, and then Jake goes inside 50. Newnham down in a battle with Hart. Jesse taken off the footy. Walker taken down by Bennett. Ball clamped in. Now Newnham is going on with it with Jesse Hart. Connor Newnham wants a free kick. I think he's kidding himself. In fact, no, sorry, he was nominating for the ruck. Here's Driscoll. Walker tries to break through. McNamara tried to spit it out. Jesse Hart over the footy. Ryan's got him. Umpire charges in. Freaky, who's our leading possession getter thanks to 40 Winks?
Jack Lanville and Sean Driscoll so far with 3 disposals.
Brad Freak back with us on him live. His
Number
Powell, left foot, bouncing towards the goal square. Bound got a hand to it. Charlie Douglas spits it out. Sheridan in the pocket. Sanson, ball out of bounds.
Quite clever there from Sheridan. We don't play deliberate in the Ovens and Murray, so
use it.
Get the ball towards the boundary line and get a stoppage. I rate it, Lukey.
That's it, Gussie. So we get a boundary throw in the pocket here. Botanic Garden end.
Probably Albury's second best chance behind Patton's shot, deep into attack here. Bowden in the ruck, straight on a Lipscomb, was tackled as he went to kick. A high float at the top of the goal square, and good mark from Charlie Sanson. Last line of defence, and he wants to use the runners out wide for the Lavington Panthers, and here they come, running in numbers. Hall onto Jack Glanville. Heard the voice of Nick Newton. The Panthers keep streaming forward. Jack Glanville onto Costello. That's Jack, whose handball was searching for Summers. Got there on the half volley. Impacting the play now is Cousins for the Tigers. Lavington have gone coast to coast, and we'll get a boundary throw in front of the Sid Howard stand here, 55 metres out from Lavington goal. Good transition, Brad Freak.
Yeah, it was. The Tigers, I thought, did quite well to slow that down because it looked like Lavy had a few players out there because all the players was in their back half, but did well to slow down that play from the Panthers.
James Cousins tries to hack it out of the danger zone, but Buchanan's taken it for the Panthers. They're coming back in again. They get a forward entry. Jesse Wilson laid it off. Nice work. Duncan to Page and then back to Mick. They work it this way. Here's Riley O'Sullivan and sends it down the line beautifully to Lipscomb. So the Tigers can get some speed on the peel here. Back to Jake Page. Good running. Left foot. This one, a wide ball, not great. Charlie Douglas just kills it out of bounds. That one really had to go inside 50, Freaky.
Yeah, it did. Just get it into forward 50 and let the big boys down there go to work. You never know what's going to happen if there might be a free kick or something like that. So just get it inside your forward 50 as well to have another opportunity.
First term for A-grade oils and batteries. Good afternoon to you, wherever you're tuned in to On-M Live this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the pictures on Snap Print Solutions. And or if you're tuning in through 1494 2AY, a stoppage here, 50 out. In fact, over the shoulder.
Yep.
Free kick going to Elliot Powell. He's wasting no time here. He's going to stab it up towards the top of the 50. Bender, is he taken in the tackle? He's trying to break through. Gets it away now. Bowden to Cousins. Right foot, turns one around his body. Ryan's trying to get back on the footy. McNamara breaking away for the Panthers and gets one to Glanville.
Glanville heard the long call and he found the intended target here. It's Jack Fegan, one of the youngsters in the lineup today. I reckon his kick was touched off the boot. Umpire didn't agree as Summers marks across half back and he wants to switch into the corridor. Dangerous ball but effective to big Jack Driscoll, who finds Jack Glanville via hands. Now on the left foot up towards half forward. Well done by Ryan Garthwaite in the matchup against Ulsterhoff. Cedric put his head over the football but left it behind. Wilson for the Tigers mops up nicely and used the left foot to find O'Sullivan, who chips over the top, and the Tigers look to be out with Anthony Miles. This kick inside 50 is the crucial one, sliding in and potentially claiming a great mark. I reckon Matt Walker's a bit stiff there, gentlemen.
Did it hit the ground or not, Freaky?
Oh, I reckon it was really close, but that all comes back down to Jesse Wilson, the half-back line. The one-handed pickup and left foot around the corner was sensational.
Inside 50, Bowden missed it in the ruck. Cook won it. Billy Glanville clears defensive lines. It's going to be an Albury Tigers ball out of on the full or a mark. It's Anthony Miles to send the ball to the hot spot for the Tigers. Walker brought it front and square. Cook was dispossessed. Umpires put the whistle away. Billy's in a bit of trouble here. In fact, it's Jesse Hart. And now the Panthers send a high one up towards the defensive 50. Gainer flew, brought the ball front and centre. Ball's in dispute. Pinball's around 50 metres from goal. Umpire Clarence Lampaz whistle in mouth and he'll ball it up 50 metres from goal.
Just really good pressure there, Lukey, from the Albury in their front half to keep the ball inside their forward 50.
Certainly, Freaky. 14 playing 1 here. Panthers up on the Steelline scoreboard. We're in the opening term. Summers. Jay fires it out to Buchanan. Nice work to Newton. And Nick played a great opening term last week versus the Maggies to Jack Costello. Back from VFL duty. Geelong, in fact, had the bye this weekend. Here's Charlie Douglas. Now, Jake O'Brien wants it on the broadcast side. Charlie goes more direct. Gee, that was a good kick. Finding Cooper Hall. Now they go to Jake O'Brien, who's free. No one marking him up. He goes for home, swinging back. He's just missed it to the near side. So 15 playing one now. Panthers up in the opening term on the Steel Line scoreboard.
Crucial chance goes to begging there, Brad Freak, thanks to 40 Wings.
Well, they've missed a few good opportunities in this first 15 minutes, haven't they, the Panthers already? They could be 5 or 6 goals up, but to Albury, they're only a couple goals down still.
Duncan's kick was a grubber. Stenning, in fact, Costello finds O'Brien, who sets sail with a lob weed to the top of the goal square. They need a flyer, but the flyer was yellow and black. It was Garthwaite who brought the ball front and centre. Kelson finds a teammate in Hart. Hart's got a few to beat here. Handball's in the nick of time, but the umpire said it wasn't so. Free kick for holding the ball. It's going to go Lavington's way, and it's going to be with Jack Glanville.
He's had an outstanding start on the 40 Wing stat sheet as well, Jack Glanville. He's coming up for his 7th disposal inside the first 15 minutes. He's been everywhere. He's had his fingerprints all on it. And in all honesty, Lavy will probably deserve to get another goal in front here, as we touched on. They've had a couple of really good opportunities that they've missed so far, Lukey, so they'd look to try and capitalise on this one.
Fletcher Hart a little bit stiff there for mine. I reckon he got that one away just. But the umpire said differently. Here's Jack Glanville. Great visions if you're watching on Snapprint Solutions TV. He steers it towards goal, but he steers it across the face. On the goal line, Cooper. Is it Cooper Hall? It is. He's kicked a brilliant goal. It fell into his breadbasket, and from point-blank range, he's given the Panthers a big 20-point lead.
Yeah, really, really good work there by Cooper Hall on the goal line to be able to be, well, probably at the back of the pack to be able to sneak that one through and get that one through. And as we touched on, it's probably a goal that the Panthers deserve to get up that 20-point lead as well. And it's probably really just deserves for the effort that they've put in so far in these first 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah, that's right, Freaky. The Panthers with 3 on the board. The Tigers yet to kick a major. We'll go around the grounds very shortly, Freaky, for Ray White Wodonga. Ball back in the centre. We're going 15.5 for NZ Albury. Gus McLeod, Brad Freak and Luke Francis here on 1494 2AY, O&M Live. Tigers and Panthers at the Albury Sports Ground. Here's Quaid. Sheridan's got him. Umpire says you're gone. So it's against Jesse. And here's Sheridan. Boston with the 40, about 80 metres out. They're kicking towards the Noriel Park hand. Lays it off to Newton, who's in trouble. Good tackle from Kelson, who brings him down. So Nick to get the footy. He's looking inboard, angles back. That kick wasn't on. Cooks pinched it. So they pick it off. So we're back from where they started here on half forward. The Panthers into the rooster. Well done from the big man. Tim getting down low. And he takes the mark, Freaky.
Yeah, it was a great kick there by Cook. It was only one person that could mark that ball, and that was the big rooster out in front there. And he's going to have a pretty tough shot here, really. He's probably, 10 metres in from the boundary line in front of the old scoreboard. And he's going to have to kick a Gussie from about 50 metres.
I don't think he's a huge kick of the football, but when he does have a set shot, it's a very measured approach, Luke. He doesn't seem to have a crack at the big sticks if he isn't confident that he's got the legs. So I reckon he's going to have the journey here just by his measured approach.
And he gets a lot of air in the footy. You'll see he kicks it very high, the rooster. So here he goes, Tim, from right on the 50 arc. There it goes. Now that's that's going high. That's going to end in the Murray River.
That's almost gone to the wood-fire pizza oven down there.
Yeah, that was awful from the rooster.
Well, he had
but
the
look, he
legs.
kicked one in the first term anyway. So that wasn't his best, but at least he's got that out of his system for today.
We'll go around the grounds shortly. A soccer score at Birrelea Park. The Rovers 3, the Raiders 1. Would have got your money's worth. It was a game of round ball. We'll get some more with Brad Freak shortly, thanks to Ray White Wodonga, as Lavington are up against it here with Walker taking a strong mark on the defensive half-back flank for the Tigers. Chiseling ball. Sheridan got a fingertip on it. Coming off his line was Newnham on centre wing. Arcs around onto the right boot and pumps it forward to the resting Elliot Powell. who tries to get the ball at ground level, but the boundary line's going to beat him. It's out of bounds or a boundary throw. And over to you, Bradley, for Ray White-Wodonga.
Yeah, Myrtleford up by 5 points against North Albury. 5 points also as the lead for Corowa over the Wangaratta Magpies. 5 points again for Yarrawonga. As you said, Gussie, 2-point lead for the Rovers against the Raiders.
I think Lavington are kicking with the breeze, just based on what we've seen, a few kicks. And we've got the windsock up there, which isn't doing a heat, but it is showing a little bit of a breeze, favouring the Lavington Panthers as Summers gets crunched into the turf. Nice pick up there from Lipscomb. Muller handballs in towards a bit of congestion, but Lavington want to break away with Cooper Hall. Heard the voice in a runner, opted to give the ball. Now the ball's going to go down the line searching for Fegan, but the boundary line beats them all. Out of bounds for a boundary throw-in on true centre wing. We'll get some stats with Brad Freak thanks to the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, Jack Lanville up to 8 disposals for the Lavington Panthers on the 40-wing stat sheet. Lavington's had the 8 inside 50s to 6, and Jack Costello has also had 5 early disposals for the Panthers.
Great to have Freaky back with us. Here's Muller off the boot. Miles going after it. Anthony keeps the ball in play, hooks it around his body. And Jack Lanville, and a good mark over the top from Boston Sheridan, wasn't paid. Umpire said play on. Gainer goes again, does Jake, head over the footy. Sheridan, and the umpire will take it. So ball clamped in, just left of centre wing, broadcast side. Panthers up by 20 points. 3-3-21, plays 1 point. So the visitors with the upper hand in the opening term. We're going over 19 for NZ. First term for A-grade Alls and Batteries. Jack Lanville just hurriedly on the boot to Anthony Miles. Now he's looking inboard. Now he sends it up high. Now where's Walker? Here's the pack forming over the back. Hands go up. That mark was nearly taken. Jesse Hart, how did he end up with that? And the ball is on the deck. We'll go to you, Freaky.
It's going to be hard for the Albury forwards at the moment. Lavie are playing with 1 extra in the back line. So anytime they get one-on-one like that, there's always going to be a third man up trying to spoil.
Ball's in dispute here. Gainer puts his head over the football. Handballs to a voice in grass. Kick on goal from O'Sullivan. Heads towards the boundary line. And Lavington are happy to see it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in, Brad.
Yeah, as I said, they're just getting a lot of numbers around the footy at the moment here, the Lavington Panthers. They're pushing almost every single player on the ground into this quarter of the ground where it is here. There's not a lot of space. There's all the space behind them.
Newnham in the ruck against Driscoll. Driscoll won it down, then he socketed it, trying to get the ball out of defensive 50. Nice pick up by Summers. Breaks away from one and then kicks for grass. One-on-one here. Good battle between Stenning and Hart, 50-50. Stenning tries to keep his feet, but Duncan arrives and supports the Albury Tigers with a clearing kick across goal. Page got a bad bounce, then Cook arrives on the scene, picks his pocket. Aidan Cook assesses his options and centres it to Stenning, who had 1, 2, 3 bites of the cherry, and he's going to have a set shot from 20 metres out, straight in front.
Poor Jake Page. That was a horrific bounce of the footy. Basically bounced back where it was coming from, went straight to Aidan Cook, and obviously got him a little bit high trying to get him, and then, found a really settled there, Aidan Cook, and found Sam Stenning inside 50, probably about 20 metres out directly in front.
Might have needed a bit of grippo there, Luke Francis. Sammy Stenning at the hot potato going.
Yeah, Sammy did a bit of juggling, but he took it in the end.
Normally a brilliant set shot for goal. From 20 metres out, straight in front, Stenning gives the Panthers their 4th. Big moments in the game. Here's 27 plays 1. The Albury Tigers have got no response so far to Lavington's attacking prowess.
One thing that's been noticeable for me in this opening 15 minutes is just the smalls when they go to work for Lavington when it hits the ground in the forward half. In their forward half, it looks like there's a lot of speed on the ball once the ball hits the ground. You look at the Tigers at the other end, the ball hits the ground and it looks like there's always Lavie players there. So there's not as much speed on the footy and trying to get the ball out of there. So it's one area of the ground that the Tigers might need to try and get some more pace on the ball at the bottom of these, the feet of their bigger fellas that are up there at the moment.
Is there much difference in the inside 50s at the moment, Freaky?
Well, there's 7 for Albury and 9 for the Lavington Panthers, so no, only a couple difference.
Yeah, not a great discrepancy. Back in the middle, Manning Green sends it up. Muller and Jack Driscoll. Here's Anthony Miles. He's getting his hands on the footy in the opening term. Here's Walker. Matt front spot, taken in. Bennett's got him, takes him around in a strong tackle. And the umpire will call it again. So 4-3-27 plays 1 point. We're going over 22 opening term. Albury Sports Ground on a cracking day in Albury. Quite cool, light breeze, but 15 degrees and a great day for footy. Down the line it comes. Standing at the back, got hands to it. Sedgwick tried to pick up the footy. Over the shoulder call. So Nico to take it. Fletcher Hartman's the mark. Short ball, that won't be paid. It will be. Gee, it must have only just gone the required
12
distance.
metres, wasn't it?
Well, I reckon, Freaky. Inside to Nick Newton. And they go into the corridor. Charlie Douglas handles on to Jack Glanville. He's got to get rid of this. Did nicely over the top. And then Jack Driscoll spins around. Can he find a target? Nicely done to Jack Costello. Have they got another one on to Stanning? Fisted away by Hart. Sedgwick. Can he pick up the footy? Look at the players converge on it. 30 out from the Noriel Park can. Tigers bring it away through Jesse Quaid.
And the ball goes out wide. We've got a whistle. No, umpire's called advantage here, so it must have been a free kick to the Tigers in some capacity as Cousin marks in front of the grandstand, which is chock-a-block. Actually, we're going to bring the ball back here. Did you catch that, Brad Freak, thanks to the Newey?
No, I didn't actually see why the footy's been brought back here or the previous free kick as well. Sorry, Gussie. I'm not quite sure what happened.
Well, neither have I, mate, so it makes two of us. Hopefully the men in green have got an understanding of what's going on as Cousins sets sail long down the line, searching for a teammate. Ball pins around at ground level. Nice pick up from Will Bowden. He kicks the ball inside 50 and Walker had his legs taken out. Umpires paid the free kick and Walker looks pretty ginger after that contest.
Oh, yeah, he hit the ground hard there. It was almost sort of like an accidental tunnel there. He did really well, Matty Walker, to get himself up in front of his opponent. Good to see that he's up on his feet and moving quite well, actually. Look probably worse than what it ended up being, I guess, Gussie.
They've got to kick this one, Gussie, because they wouldn't want to start from 5 goals back.
No, and he's going to kick it straight into the teeth of the breeze as well, Matt Walker. So he's starting his run up from in front of the netball courts. If you're familiar with the Albury Sports Ground, he'll kick this one 10 metres in from the boundary, and it's going to take all of 48, 49 metres to the Botanic Garden end. Matt Walker, been a prolific star on Albury's forward line this year. Set shot kicking is one of his strengths, and this one looks to be just across the face. It'll read us here a minor score, assisted through by the pack. The Albury Tigers, they move to 2 behinds, and they trail the Lavington Panthers 4-3-27 thanks to Steel Line.
Yeah, he's had a lot riding on his shoulders this year, Matt Walker. He's had to carry the forward line. Here's Nick Newton. And he sends it right out wide towards the clubroom side. Muller just put it down, fisted away. Here's Miles trying to pick up the footy. Ball tied up on the outside. Hart's got it. And he's taken in.
Going on there.
Yeah, there is.
A few extracurriculars.
So more play. Now there's been over the shoulder. So which way is it going to go? It's going to go to Jesse. So they have an opportunity to build again here, Freaky.
Yeah, I think the umpire's done the right thing there. They'll just try and get that little bit of spite out of the game nice and early. Pay a free kick, it seems to slow it down pretty quickly. 27 playing 2. The Tigers really need quarter time to reset here. Long ball inside 50. Muller goes up. Good mark from the big man. There has to be a little bit of a breeze, I think, favouring Lavington this term. The last couple of kicks there from the Panthers look to carry an extra couple of metres when you compare it to the Albury Tigers. Their balls are just dropping a little bit as they're kicking into the breeze.
Patton to Cousins. And then squares it up to true centre-half back and Isaac Muller. Now he'll go out to the clubroom side. Nicely done to Bender. 20-metre kick to Jake Gaynor. And he breaks away, Jake. Now they get some speed on the footy here and the siren beats them. So there we go. That brings the first break here at the Albury Sports Ground in round 16. We're at quarter time. It is the Lavington Panthers 4-3-27, leading the yellow on black 2 points. We'll be back shortly. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the Athlete's Foot.
Minibus from Avis, avis.com.au.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Welcome back to the Albury Sports Ground here on 1494 2AY. It's quarter time between Lavington and the Albury Tigers, and Lavington lead 4-3-27 to the Albury Tigers, just two behind. Brad Free will get the quarter's best on O&M Live, thanks to Atondo Homes.
Yeah, Jack Lanville for the Lavington Panthers, I thought was simply outstanding in that first quarter. He had the 11 disposals on our 40-wing stat sheet. He was really involved in everything in that first term. That really was really positive for the Panthers. And if we have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet as a whole, he's touched on Jack Glanville had the 11 disposals. Jack Costello had the 6, 5 each for Billy Glanville and Nick Newton, but 10 inside 50s to 8. But Lavie were able to take full toll of it, having 7 scoring shots from those 10 inside 50s. But they really should be a couple more goals ahead, I think, Lukey, as well. They had a couple of easier opportunities that they missed throughout that quarter. And the Albury Tigers just haven't been able to have taken their opportunities. 8 inside 50s for only 2 scoring shots in that first term.
Yeah, freaky. And I don't think the Tigers did a hell of a lot wrong, to be honest. I think it was just their decision-making with the footy. I think they were almost their own worst enemy there in the opening term.
And I think now we're going to see the Albury Tigers kick with the breeze. I know it's not an almighty breeze, but it's enough just to take 10% off your kicks, cause a few headaches when having shots for goal. I'm going to judge them probably a little bit more truly after both sides have had a crack with the breeze.
Sorry, excuse me to use a cricket analogy here, Lukey, but it's like you can't judge a wicket until both teams are batted and bowled on it.
Okay.
You have to allow see
Freaky.
both teams go each way.
Fair
and see,
enough.
obviously, if what kind of breeze is favouring which way there. But we do believe that Noriel end there is a slight breeze going that way.
What you're saying is the Tigers are going to be tearing in from the Vulture Street end this quarter.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the brand new cherry.
Correct.
With the gold chains bouncing up and down.
Some around the ground scores are the Rovers 9-7 at quarter time over the Raiders. 8-all at the Yarrawonga versus Wodonga Bulldogs game. Corowa 21 to the Magpies 28 and Myrtleford 22 to North Albury 19. I've just had a text message come through from our colleague Blake Pender-Escott that the officially listed assistant coach of the Wodonga Bulldogs today is Elijah Hollins. He's on the team sheet as the assistant coach of the Wodonga Bulldogs. Of course, played with Carlton at the start of the season and now is no longer a part of their program.
So
but
hang on, can he play this year?
he would have to...
How many games?
We'd have to play 3. He would have had to have played today and played every game for the year to qualify.
So he won't make it?
He won't play, but he's there in a coaching capacity for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe he has been a little bit around the Dogs Club for the best part of the last 4 to 6 weeks. I'm not too sure in how much of a capacity, but I've known that he has been around the club for a little bit.
If I was
Sniffing around the kennel.
If I was a betting man, Luke Francis, I'd have a buck or two on Hollands playing at the kennel next year.
I heard this mail too. I reckon it might have come in from Nam during the week.
From Nam?
Yes. Someone was in Vietnam. I don't know who it was.
The second term's about to get underway here on O&M Live. It's all thanks to Sky and Matt at Avis in Albury. Visit avisalbury.com.au. Here's Luke Francis, the second term between the Tigers and the Panthers. We're underway on O&M Live.
Second chapter, Panthers by 25 points. Ball up in the middle. Muller clearly won it. Powell picks it up. Nice work to Mick Duncan. They work that beautifully. Down towards half forward. Anthony Miles turns around. Can he hit a target? Look at that. That's a brilliant start from the Tigers into Patton. So that's exactly what they wanted, Freaky.
Yeah, absolutely it was. And just you get the ball into your really good ball users, isn't it? Good things happen there, obviously, as you say, that we had throughout the middle there. Miles, he'd be able to finish that off with his experience. But, get the guys in the middle of the ground do their work and the good things will happen.
It's one of the great Brad Freak lines. Get the ball into your hands for your good users and great things will happen. Here goes Ben Patton. From 47, Norriel Park end. That's absolutely picture perfect. They hit back the Tigers. That's their first goal of the game. 27 plays 8 here on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
And the one thing for the Tigers, for all the dominance that the Panthers had, we did touch on, they probably left a couple of goals out there. So if they can get another couple in a row here, all of a sudden, it's only a 19-point game now. You get the next goal, then you're right in. The Panthers have just leaving the door slightly ajar after that first quarter. So just got to see if the Tigers can take advantage of it and get a bit of momentum in this second term.
And what about that breeze there, Gus McLeod and Brad Freak?
It's starting to come to fruition. And Muller's starting to get on top in the guts. Here's a go for Cousins, who left it behind. Now has to regather his own crumbs. Lavington arrive in numbers via Jack Costello and will ball the footy up slightly onto the clubroom side of the Albury Sports Ground. 27 plays 8. Lavington are in front on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. At ground level, Boston Sheridan retreats via hand, finds Buchanan, evades one tackle, handballs in towards a bit of congestion, and the Tigers break over the footy. Jake Ryan, handball was dispossessed. Pinballs around to the back of the contest. Duncan, handballs to Muller. Now finds a teammate in Page. The left footer kicks across his body. Grubbers one inside, forward 50. The Tigers don't have anyone in the vicinity now. They get O'Sullivan involved in the contest. McNamara's there as well. Douglas on hands and knees. Lavington really need a stoppage here. Albury want to keep the football going at this frantic pace, and the umpire calls for the Sharon. Will ball it up on the junction of the 50 and the boundary line in attack for the Albury Tigers.
Second term for Avis Albury. Gus McLeod calling for Border Bandag. Brad Freak on the 40-wing stats. His special comments for the Newmarket Hotel. Jack Glanville out of the pack on the boot. Sean Driscoll flew. Cook picks it up. Right foot sends it down the line here for the Panthers. A one-on-one. Garthwaite, good mark. Up against the Rooster. Now they'll try and move this quickly. They retreat a little. Get it back to half-back. Back into the corridor. Cousins takes the mark. In front of Jack Costello. Now what's he got up the line? Miles leads for him. He ignores that one. Patton's on. Goes for him now. Gets him down low. McNamara said that wasn't a mark.
He's going to ball up.
He's going to ball it up.
No, the umpire's going to ball this up.
Why?
I've got no idea, Luke Francis. You pose one of the great questions.
The only thing I can think of is that he believes he probably blew his whistle too quickly and then he spilled the mark anyway. Is the only thing that I can think of there.
Brad Freak has described that perfectly, I believe, for the Newmarket. There's Costello.
If only we
Patton.
could afford Brad on a more regular basis. We can only afford 2 games a year.
I don't reckon I've ever seen an umpire do that.
No.
He's changed his mind, basically, because he blew the whistle early.
It's probably the right decision in the end because he would have been tackled very quickly. But nonetheless, a bizarre set of circumstances, Luke.
Exactly. Here's Sean Driscoll breaking away. Short ball to Cook. Aiden squares one up to the corridor. Dangerous, daring, but it comes off to Billy Glanville. Off to Charlie Douglas. This is good 40, misses Jake O'Brien. And the Tigers now have it. A true centre-half back through Davies. He moves it to half forward and Cousins is out.
Cousins is out with plenty of options to kill early. Lipscomb had his head taken high. Umpire was blindsided, so another stoppage, Bradley.
Yeah, they're certainly getting a bit more momentum in this game now. The Tigers are. They're getting repeat inside 50s, so it looks like they can see if they can capitalise here.
27 plays 8, ball 50 metres out from the Tigers' goals. The Panthers grumble it up towards the wing. Duncan's been big, picked up the Sherrin and was double tackled by the Lavington Panthers in Summers. And of course, Shawnee Driz, the 2026 Morris medalist, will ball the footy up on centre wing. Where the Lavington Panthers currently lead 4-3-27 and the Albury Tigers 1-2-8. We've played 4.5 for NZ. Another stompage once again. We'll get some 40 winks from Brad Freak.
Yeah, 13 disposals for Jack Lanville in the game in so far on the 40 winks stat sheet for Lavington.
Gone 5 for NZ, second term. Panthers up 27-8 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Boston Sheridan off to Glanville. That was Jack Sheridan. Nicely done. Back to Jack. And then down the line here, Osterhoff and Garthwaite in a one-on-one. Gee, that's a great battle. Here's Quaid ducking out the back. Kicks it out. Page. And then back to Jesse. Oi fumbled. Nico Sedgwick pounced on it. Hooks it over the top by handball. Summers brought down by Garthwaite. Oh, I don't know about that. I reckon that was a hip and shoulder, Freaky.
Yeah, it looked pretty stiff there against Garthwaite. It looked very close to being in the side, but might all be angles and perception, Lukey. The umpire was on the other side of him. From our angle, it looked like in the side, but from the umpire's angle, it might have been looked like it was in the back. But yeah, I reckon pretty unfortunate there for the Tigers.
So the Panthers looking at their 5th. At the moment, they have a 19-point lead. Here we go. Jay Summers, the man from Griffith, steers it straight through the middle. So well done to him. He kicks a goal here at the Botanic Garden end.
Yeah, just a couple of little sloppy passages of play there for the Tigers around their back 50 there, which brought in the Panthers in there to get the ball inside their forward 50, and then just a little bit of unfortunate work there against the Tigers as well to get that free kick against, and Panthers taking full toll, which they missed out on a few times in that first quarter, so they need to capitalise with the Tigers that had all the momentum so far in this second term. That's a one against the run of play, you'd say.
Certainly is. Margin back out to 25 points, the same margin it was at quarter time. Albury being the dominant team in the opening stage of the second term, but yet to make it count on the scoreboard thanks to Avis Albury. As the Panthers look to go long down the broadcast side wing. Sedgwick and Wilson in a one-on-one duel. Now arriving late was Sedgwick. Got a bit of a high contact play there on Matt Bender. And Jay Hillary not overly happy with Jay Summers' impact on that play. Umpire using common sense, let the game play on. Down the line goes the kick, and it just lands inside. Oh, the umpire's given that on the full.
No, I thought it was just out.
Okay, fair enough, Bradley. Your eyes are probably better than mine. Free kick here to Bennett. He plays on the right boot. Long down the line, searching for Stenning. Hart got the big fist over the top. That was Fletcher. And the umpire said that one has gone out of bounds. To tell you what, Fletcher Hart's having a red-hot crack today coming into the Albury Tigers senior lineup for his 3rd game this year. It's been the last 2 years in the Magoos, and he's having a red-hot crack, Lukey.
Yeah, he's got some size, hasn't he, Gus? He's an athletic type. Ball swung back into play, 60 from home at the Botanic Garden end. Oh, nicely done from Sean Driscoll. He nearly got taken down. Now he's gone by Jack Lipscomb. And the Tigers break away. Mick Duncan spears it wide. It's out in the full. It's sailing wide. He's looking for a push in the back here after he disposed of the footy. He won't get it. So Charlie Sanson on half back for the Panthers, wide out. 5-3, plays 1-2 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Short to Jake O'Brien. And they're going to retreat here. They lose some turf to Riley Costello, who was terrific last week versus the Maggies. Kept Xavier Laverty goalless. Out wide to Charlie Douglas, opposite back pocket, club room side. Short ball over the head of Nick Newton, so the Tigers have a chance. A scoring opportunity. Walker, good vision. Into Connor Newton. Just lowering the eyes there, Freaky. Even though they're wide, they still hold the footy and have a shot on the sticks.
Yeah, it was a beautiful kick because he didn't really have anybody deep into the forward 50 there, Matt Walker. So as you rightfully called it there, Luke, he lowered his eyes. Beautiful little kick on his left around the corner and hit Connor Newman. This is a really important shot here for the Tigers. They don't want to let this game get out any further than what it is. So really need to get this goal.
Certainly not beyond this man, Connor Newton. He's right. Hard up against the fence. Noriel Parkin, 48 out. It's going to lob in the goal square. Who can take a mark? Jack Driscoll dropped it. Bennett handballed it. Newton to Jake O'Brien under high pressure in the pocket. Oh, back to a dangerous area. And the Panthers have got to work here. Glanville over the footy. He might be gone. The umpire might ping him. Yep. Good decision from the young umpire. And the Tigers will get it through Ben Patton.
You could just tell by the stance that
he's going to run on, play on, and kick a goal. Was this touched? It's all clear. It's a goal. So the Tigers get one through Ben Patton. That's their second. 33 plays 14 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. Panthers up.
Yeah, two goals as well there for Ben Patton in this game. And yeah, just probably a little bit of reward there. They had put really good pressure on, just those ground balls, bit of chaos balls. They like to talk it in the AFL, but just get the ball fumbling around the back half, and just the small guys there. And Ben Patton did really good work to be able to get a tackle on and get that hold of the ball. Interesting
decision to play on there, gents. I was almost half asleep at the wheel watching there, but a remarkable decision to play on. And Lavington were adamant that was touched off the boot, Luke Francis.
Yeah, you're right, Cassie. So they wanted it called, but it wasn't in the end, and the result stands.
Here comes Jack Costello, setting the Panthers inside forward 50 to the advantage of Ryan Garthway. Got a bad bounce, and then he paddles it to his own advantage, gets the ball out of defensive 50, and earns himself a boundary throw, and he's going to track this one back to the goal line with Tim Ulsterhoff, and will bring the ball back into play in front of the Albury Tigers grandstand. Nice throw in from the men in green. In the ruck was Muller. He won it down. Jesse Wilson throws it on the left and attacks the corridor. Flying was McNamara. Spills out the back. Sanson heard the voice of Newton. Umpires pinned him for a throw. So a free kick to the Tigers.
Is he getting 50? He's
got
a 52.
Oh, it's a 50-metre penalty. Brad, talk us through that for the Newie.
It must have been lip. It was so quick from when he gave to the free kick and then paid it. There was nothing else. It had to have been just a bit of lip there. But look, puts Jake Gaynor 25 metres out, 30 metres out directly in front.
Albury shooting it back-to-back goals via the Little Meister. Here's Jake Gaynor. King of the Botanic Garden end. It swings, it bends, and it hits the stick. It's a minor score for the Albury Tigers. 2-3-15 plays 5-3-33 after 12 minutes, thanks to Avis.
Good game of footy on our hands here. So we've got Nick Newton. Oh, gee, that's a wobbly kick coming out of full back. Tigers win it back. Here's Jake Gaynor. Hall's got him, though. Brings him down. Jake got his handball away. And now swung around Jack Glanville, one-armed. Oh, it's called a sling tackle. So we never know which way they're quite going to go, those ones, Freaky.
No, you never know. I think it was probably about the throw to the ground away from being a free kick to the Tigers for holding the ball.
How many's Jack Glanville got, Freaky?
He's coming up for his 16th disposal of the day on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Busy.
Wow, well, only gone 12 and a half in the second term. So he's in for a big day, Jack. Fletcher Hart takes the mark. Left of centre wing, broadcast side. Opposite side of the ground, I should say. Here's Buchanan back in the centre. Turned over, nicely done from Riley O'Sullivan, holding the footy. The Tigers have lifted. They come broadcast side to Matt Bender. So true centre wing broadcast side now. 20-metre kick or 25 up the line to Anthony Miles. To Ben Patton, who's getting involved in the second term. Now Walker leads. He doubles back now. Ben short to Bender. Good follow-up running. So now there's 60 out. Noriel Parkhand goes in now. Who's he got? Oh, he's missed Quaid and turns it over to Jack Glanville. A wasted entry.
Yeah, it certainly was. You could see the build-up was there. They wanted to find a precision point option inside 50, and all of a sudden they're faced with a Lavington counter-attack. You saw a throw, Bradley. It's going to be against Sean Driscoll.
Yeah, it was a beautiful tackle out there by, I think it was Fletcher Hart over there. He, as you touched on earlier, Gussie, he's putting a good shift in today.
Well, his kick was across the face, and it's in dispute. Sedgwick and Duncan clash. Big play. Ball handballs forward, trying to find Summers. Summers bit off more than he can chew. Matt Bender steps up after his poor kick and wins the Sharon back for the Tigers. He's going to play on ahead out to the clubroom side. He's got a teammate, Jesse Wilson, chipping ball over the top to Gaynor. We taking Jake's numbers today, Brad?
Yeah, he's up for his 8th disposal of the game.
On the 40-wing stat sheet, he's got it in front of the club rooms. They're absolutely rocking today with 4 premierships being celebrated. Inside 50 goes Patton for the Tigers. Walker went back courageously. Ryan was in the hole. Now Lavington mop up the crumbs. Dangerous handball towards Hart. O'Sullivan on to Walker. Tackled as he went to kick it. Albury are burying in here. Over his head was Bowden. Spills in the back of the goal square. Trouble here for Lavington. They survive a scare. Buchanan. Grubbers one. Searching for Cooper Hall. Albury have numbers around the play. Hell without it was Patton. Free kick to the Albury Tigers. 50 metres from goal. And is the umpire going to pay 50 here? No, he's not. But it's a free kick to Patton, who was held without the ball. Well, he's going to go back and have his shot. We thought he was going to play on momentarily.
Yeah, he's getting really involved in this term as well, Ben Patton, isn't he? He's had the 4. He's coming up for his 5th disposal of the quarter. He's kicked 2 goals as well. So he's getting involved for the Tigers, and you can see some of their more prime midfielders getting involved. Jake Kainer's had 4 as well in this second term too.
He's changed the game since going forward, Ben Patton. He plays on, gains about 10 metres of distance. He's going to swing it back beautifully. Take a bow, Ben Patton. Cream rises to the top. He's kicked his 3rd, and the Albury Tigers are coming on O&M Live.
We said in the first quarter that they just needed an extra little small down there to get around their feet, and Ben Patton's been the answer for the Tigers in this second term. He's kicked 3 goals. He's been sensational. They've had 6 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet for 3 goals in this term. When we look at the Panthers, they've only had the 2. We were a bit dubious, Lukey, to see if there was a little bit of a breeze there. It certainly looks like there is a slight breeze favouring that Noriel Park end of the ground, and the Tigers are taking full toll of it like the Panthers did in that first quarter.
Yeah, Ben Patton, he has been fantastic in this second term. As Freaky said, that's his 3rd goal for the quarter, and that was so smart there. He just took an extra 5 metres in his run-up. He pinched that 5 metres, and that was the difference. The ball swinging back with that breeze. Here's McNamara on the footy. Riley O'Sullivan after him. Now Caden breaks away here, goes down the line, clubroom side. Hall takes the mark. Jay Hillary mans the mark. So at the moment, it's 5-3-33. Lavington up over the Tigers 3-3-21. That's on the C&B Truck and Bus scoreboard. We're in the second term. We're going 16.5 for NZ Albury. Back to Riley Costello. 40 out defensively. Look at this. Oh, just makes Bennett. That's okay. So they're working it around here, switching the footy to the broadcast side to Buchanan. Now, the Tigers are manned up well here. He hasn't got much to go to, Freaky.
No, he certainly hasn't. Not Big Muller down here by himself.
Isaac Muller got hands to it down in front. Cousins missed it. Jack Lamville, how many now, Freaky?
He's up to 17.
Thanks to 40 winks. Down the line it goes, and the ball has gone out of bounds. We'll go to Gus McLeod for Border Bandag on O&M Live.
So 17 minutes gone here, thanks to NZ Albury. 33 plays 21 Albury. They've kicked the last 2. That one's going to be thrown back into play once again. We might get some around the ground shortly too, Brad, thanks to Ray White-Wodonga. Plenty happening in the other games of round 16 in the SSNA Ovens and Murray. Bowden in the ruck here for the Albury Tigers. One of the 3 big men sharing the duties today. Head over the football there was Wilson. Cousins went back to him. Works his way around the telephone booth and now kicks the ball long down the line for the Tigers. And Jesse Hart flew across Matt Walker and took a strong intercept mark back into the Panthers outfit from Geelong VFL duties.
Jesse Hart's one they've had behind the ball a couple of times today as a loose man, so sometimes the Tigers are just going to have to lower their eyes around the ground rather than just bomb it. Panthers are well set up to be able to rebound anything that comes their forward way.
Newton on centre wing, fumbled but then regathered composure. Takes a bounce in front of the Albury interchange race and sets sail. Inside forward 50. Oh, good mark from Garthwaite. Reading the ball beautifully, intercepting in front of Tim Osterhoff and now switching across goal for the Tigers.
So the yellow and black with 3 goals to 1 in this term. So they're within 2 kicks now. It's back to 12 points. Patton, who's had a super term, laid it off to Kelson. Then down the line they went. Players about to clash here. In came Cousins. Jack Costello picks up the footy. Now he's about to balance up. Goes low. Look at that. Great delivery to Sammy Standing. Now in the meantime, Sean Driscoll's come back on Fletcher Hart. A big collision there, but both players are okay. Sammy Stenning, 60 out, Freaky. What do you reckon?
Yeah, he's going to have to kick it from, as you say, 55 metres. It's going to take a fair old kick, considering as well there is probably a little bit breeze he's going to be kicking into going that way as well. So both teams want to get their big fellas on the goal line just in case it's going to fall short.
Sammy Stenning, his first year in the Ovens and Murray from Colin Gully. Sprayed that one off the side of the boot. Driscoll went up. Swinging arm, was it?
Yep.
Yep, and it's going to the Tigers, and the kick will go to Jesse Quaid.
So Albury's backline starting to stand up a little bit more now. Oh, defensive turnover here for the Albury Tigers. They're under the pump. Gainer got the ball into Hillary, and they clear defensive lines, but it's going to come back pretty quick because the intercept mark has been taken by Jack Costello. How many for Jack now, Brad?
He's coming up for his 11th disposal on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Getting busy as he kicks the Panthers inside 50. Hart spoilt Hillary. Stenning got the crumbs. Whistle, free kick. It's getting out of the way of the Panthers, and I think Sam Stenning.
Yeah, just held on to him a little bit there when the ball got taken out in the tackle. So a little bit unlucky. One thing that's been a bit of a highlight in today's game, I don't know if you guys fellas, just the tackling pressure of both teams. You almost can feel it up here in the commentary box how hard they're hitting each other's body. It's great to watch.
So Sam Stenning missed a fair chunk of the season with a nasty injury, but when he's come back in to the Panthers lineup, he's certainly added a lot. 30 metres out, slide angle, Botanic Garden, and he gives the Panthers an 18-point buffer. And a much-needed second Panthers goal of the second term. On the CMV truck and bus scoreboard, Lavington moved to 6-3-39. The Tigers 3-3-21.
On the 40-wing stat sheet, as we touched on, Jack Lanville's the highest disposal getter on there so far. He's up to 18 disposals for the game. Jack Costello, he's up to the 11 disposals. For Lavington, for Albury side of things, Jake Gaynor is up to the 9 disposals in this game. And around the grounds for Ray White, Wodonga, Myrtleford up by 3 points, Waynegrada Magpies up by 19, Bulldogs up by 6 against the Pigeons, and Rovers up by 19 against the Raiders.
So the Saints only up by 3 points, did you say, Freaky, over North Albury?
Yeah, well, it hadn't updated for a while. Doesn't look like that game's updated on the app for a bit, so we'll see if we can find a more up-to-date score, Lukey.
Okay, Jack Glanville to Billy Glanville. They're going forward again, the Panthers. Osterhoff, well done by Garthwaite. He is brilliant in a one-on-one contest. They send it out to the clubroom side, and Jake Page, adjacent to the netball courts, 39 playing 21. We've got the Panthers up, 6-3 playing 3-3 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Second term, we're going 21.5 for NZ. Down the line went Jake Gaynor. Muller, strong hands over the top. Left of centre wing on the clubroom side of the ground. O&M live on 1494 2AY, round 16. As Muller goes right down the line, Walker gets a fly at the footy. Here's McNamara. Patton try to take him in. Lipscomb spins around. Tigers going forward into their attacking zone. Hart and also Connor Newnham. Glanville, she's been good. Has a bounce now, Jack. Straight up the corridor. Driscoll got hands to it, dropped it. Ball out the front. Strong contest. Play goes on. Tigers getting out here. Wilson goes right back to Newnham. Connor fires one in. Cousins ducks around. Can they get one? It's wayward. It's wide. It's a behind. So 39 playing 22 here on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Panthers up.
A bit unlucky there, Cousins. A pretty fast feed, but I think he's won as well for the Tigers in his second term. He's really got going. He's been really strong in the midfield for him. He's had plenty of the footy as well. Unfortunately, we're not doing his stats today.
At fullback, the Panthers want to attack the broadcast side, the swimming pool side. Well done, Hillary. Just impacted the player enough to get the ball out of bounds in front of Cooper Hall. Cooper Hall looks pretty flat about that one, Brad.
Yeah, he certainly does. He certainly does. But that was a beautiful effort there from Jay Hillary to be able to spoil it and keep the ball in the Tigers forward half.
Boundary throw-in, 50 metres out from Tigers' goal. Muller asserting some dominance in the ruck. Head over the football. Jack Costello couldn't quite bring it into his own disposal. Now Lipscomb for the Tigers. Kicks a wobbler inside 50, and Matt Walker, with vice-like hands, flies across the pack with an elite body and paint. mark of the day from 35 metres out in a slight angle.
Yeah, really strong mark there from Matty Walker, and Jack Lipskin. He's up to the 9 disposals as well. He was the one that delivered to him inside forward 50 there. So, as we've touched on a couple of times throughout the call, there is a bit of a slight breeze going towards that Noriel Park end, so the Tigers really need to try and capitalise and get another goal or two late in this quarter to be able to keep the game tight before the Tigers might have it in the third quarter.
So Matt Walker hasn't registered a major yet today for the Albury Tigers. All 3 of their goals have come from Ben Patton. Well and true within his range here, Walker. He'll kick from 40 on a 45-degree angle to the Botanic Garden end. In comes Walker, allows for the breeze beautifully and kicks the Albury Tigers 4th. A Sunjan goal the name from Matt Walker, just what the Tigers needed.
Yeah, it certainly is what the Tigers needed. It's only a couple of goal game now too. They've been really strong in this second term. The Tigers much better than what they were in that first quarter. So it's only 11-point game on the scoreboard. As we touched on the 40-wing stat sheet, Ben Patton, he's had the 6 disposals in this second quarter, as well as kicking 3 goals from those 6 disposals.
They just need another one, don't they, Freaky, to make some ground on the Panthers before halftime?
Yeah, they've certainly made some ground in this second quarter, haven't they, Lukey? But as you say, with that bit of a breeze, you probably want to get under the double digits before halftime.
Yeah. Back in the middle, Jack Lamble, he's been magnificent. Hall couldn't quite get back on the footy the first time, did it the second. Powell, bad bounce. Fegan going through for the Panthers, picks up the footy, gets it out the side to Jack Costello, to Jake O'Brien, to McNamara. 20-metre kick out wide. Jay Summers takes the mark, a good one. How's those inside 50s now, Freaky?
Yeah, 9 for Albury this quarter to 5 for Lavington. So the
Wow.
ball's clearly living in that Noriel Park end. It's been living more in that part of the ground for most of the game.
Brad Freak for 40 winks. His special comments for the Newmarket Hotel. Gus McLeod, you'll be there tonight following your...
I'll be there.
Following your official duties back at the Albury Tigers club rooms following this. Here's Anthony Miles down the line. High ball here up towards half forward. Newton went up high. Ryan off to Gaynor. Gee, they did that nicely. Newnham off his chest. Play goes on inside 50. Noriel Park end. Newton scoops it up. Nice work to Charlie Douglas. Outside. Now to the club rooms, and Jake O'Brien's got the footy.
He certainly does. And around the grounds for Ray White-Wodonga in the TDFL, 19-33, Kiwa Sandy Creek lead Yakandanda. Had some news come through that Guy Telford has done his calf and looks to be pretty nasty one. Was carried off the ground on Tuesday night.
Wow.
So that's a big, big moment in the TDFL season upcoming. And Thurgoona currently lead over Tallangatta, 33-28. So around the grounds in the TDFL. As McNamara for the Panthers wants to set sail into the pocket. Good-looking kick and an even better mark. Flying across the face from Jack Costello. Back in from VFL duties. He'll kick after the siren.
Wow, you could just see, just when the ball was in the air, he was just going to set himself there. Jack, wasn't he? Just a beautiful overhead mark there. Really, really good contested mark. But as you just touched on, Lukey, we were hoping for a Tigers perspective, you really wanted to get another one before half-time. But it's going to be equally as important if Jack can kick this one. He's only about 5 metres in from the boundary in front of the old grandstand.
So here's Costello. Big kick here for the Panthers. Right foot kick. It's a tumbler, wobbler. It's a minor score. A bit of an anticlimax as we head towards the half-time siren on O&M Live. Lavington lead at the main break. 6-4-40 to the Albury Tigers, 4-4-28. We'll take a break at O&M Live. The half-time show coming your way next.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
Dealership, Shoeback Street, Albury.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Yeah, welcome back to the Albury Sports Ground. Long break here at the moment on a super day in the border city of Albury. And at the moment, it is the Panthers up by 12 points at halftime, 40-28. Brad Freak is back with us in round 16. Great to have you here, Freaky. Freaky, we'll have a comprehensive wrap of our stats at the long break. Gee, Ben Patton was terrific in the second term.
Yeah, if we look at this quarter's best there for this second quarter, Ben Patton was certainly that. He had the 6 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet, but 3 of those were direct goals as well. So he's been able to influence the game on the scoreboard as well. But if we have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet for that second term, the Albury Tigers got into it and they had a bit more of their best players get involved in the game. Jake Gaynor had the 7 disposals, 11 for the half, as we touched on. Ben Patton had the 6 disposals as well with the 3 goals. They had 10 inside 50s to 5. I mean, we do believe there's a bit of a breeze favouring that Noriel Street end as well. So,
definitely. So
they've been able to get a little bit more of the forward 50 there and get on top of it. But the major ball winner on the ground today is Jack Landville for the Lavington Panthers. He's up to the 21 disposals at half time. He's been absolutely dominant. He's been everywhere. And Jack Costello had the 7 disposals in that second quarter as well. He's taken him up to 13 for the game. So they just didn't have as much footy in their forward end, the Panthers then, but they still hold that advantage at halftime, and they're going to look like they're going to be kicking with the breeze to come into the second half.
Yeah, Freaky. So 6-4 playing 4-4. So we've got Ben Patton down with 3 goals for the Tigers. We've got Sammy standing with the double, and then singles in the game. Matt Walker for the Tigers with 1. We've got Jay Summers for the Panthers with a single. And we've got Cooper Hall, Tim Oysterhoff, and also Aidan Cook kicking a goal each in this game. there's really not a lot in it at the moment, Fricky. So obviously the result can go either way. The game's still wide open. Where do you see it being won? I think it's just about decision-making and cleanness around the footy and ball use.
Yeah, I think that's been a few of the times the teams have had opportunities has come from direct, fumbles or just not being clean with the footy, not being clean below your knees. We saw in that second quarter Sam Stedding kicking a goal here with getting a free kick for in the back where it was just a little bit of a fumble around the 50 from the Tigers and the ball then filtered into deeper into 50 and then they got a little bit of a lucky free kick there as well. So it's just little things like that. We saw in the first quarter as well, the Panthers having a few opportunities from turnovers. And I think it's just going to be teams that when you get those opportunities, you have to capitalise on them because I think it is, as you rightfully point out, Lukey, it is going to be really, really tight. And the tackling pressure, the intensity, the contested ball from both sides has been really, really even. And I think that it's going to stay that way throughout the game. Both teams are hitting the contest really, really hard. It's just being clean with the footy. It's basically just going to be doing the basics. Who can do the basics better for longer? I think we'll get the 4 points at the end of the day.
I agree. Freaky, the yellow and black did themselves no favours, did they? I mean, the Panthers kicked 5 of the first 6 goals. So they started from a long way from behind the 8 ball. They had to use a lot of juice up and field tickets there. But they got themselves within striking distance now. They just got to get on top with that clean ball use, win the footy at the contest and try and gain momentum in this second half.
Yeah, they were able to get a fair bit of momentum earlier in that second quarter where Lavington had basically all the momentum in the first term and just blew them off the park. The Panthers really at quarter time should have been 5 or 6 goals up with the opportunities that they had, and they left a few out there, and they left the door ajar for the Tigers. And for the Tigers' credit in that second term, when they got their opportunities, they took them. And they put that on the scoreboard where the Panthers probably missed out a little bit. So I'm really interested to see what this second half brings. I think, as you rightfully pointed out, Luke, it has been really, really even out there. It's just that the Panthers had that little bit of a head start.
Yep.
The Tigers are still trying to catch up. I think the third quarter, as we coined the premiership quarter in this game, is probably going to be the main one. If Panthers can kick 5 or 6 goals with what we believe is a slight breeze going that way, then it's probably going to be a bridge too far for the Tigers to come back in the last quarter, even though they will be kicking with that because they're going to have to kick 7 or 8 in the last term. So the third quarter will be the telling quarter of this game.
Certainly will. Halftime show for Elders Rural. Freaky, we'll go around the grounds for Ray White Wodonga and just see what's happening in round 16. We might firstly go to our other broadcast game, which is on 102.1 Edge FM. A beauty down at JC Low Oval between the Yarrawonga Pigeons and the Wodonga Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs up there by a couple of goals at halftime, 33-21. At other games in the Ovens and Murray at the moment, at the Birrelea Park, look like the Rovers are starting to get too strong against the Raiders, 41-16. The Wangaratta Magpies too strong for the Cora Rutherglen at the moment, 67-23. And then Myrtleford and North Albury game, the score hasn't been updated for a while there, Lukey, by the looks of things. But the last score we've got, which was from 42 minutes ago, is 22-19 in favour of the Saints.
Okay, so we can't read too much into that.
I would assume that was probably nearly quarter time, and that hasn't missed a whole quarter of score. So I wouldn't take that one to the bank because I'm not too sure what they've been going on. But the game of the day, Lukey, so far looks to be the AFL game at the moment between Melbourne and Fremantle. It's the Dockers up by 8 points at the moment, 87-79 with about 3 minutes to go in the third term. So
Freaky, it's so important that the Western Australian team and the Fremantle Dockers win that game at the MCG. And we were just talking off air before we came back from the break that they've at least got to make the granny this year, the Dockers, haven't they? Oh, surely. On the record they've got at the moment.
Well, they'll definitely get 2 games in Perth. If they can't win 2 finals in Perth, then they're probably never going to make it again.
Yeah.
So
they could be in a better spot, couldn't they?
Yeah, as we said off air, I think that Freo is probably maybe heading a little bit of a shoulder ahead of everybody else, but you'd still be back in a Victorian team against them if they played in Melbourne come grand final day.
And what about those Brisbane Lions last night? They are 1 kick off being 3-peat premiers.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have brought that first grand final up because you're a Pie supporter. Now I've got you going now, haven't I?
No. Yeah, they certainly are. They're going to be a dangerous side come the end of the year, aren't they? And you could easily. The other thing people forget about that one is Will Ashcroft didn't play in the game when we beat him. So if he plays in the way we've seen him play in grand finals since, you could easily mount a case that they probably get this done that day.
They're incredibly talented, aren't they? The Athcroft brothers.
They certainly are.
Unreal.
But, you know, I reckon Lockie Neal look pretty good in black and white next year. So.
Righto. Now, give me your leading possession getter for each team again, Freaky, here, between the Panthers and the Tigers.
Yeah, for 40 wings, Jake Gaynor's up to the 11 disposals for the Albury Tigers in that first half. But Jack Glanville, as we touched on, he's up to 21 disposals. He's had the 11 in the first quarter and then 10 in the second.
He's going to go so close to the Morris medal. He's had a super year.
I probably haven't been watching the Ovens and Murray as closely as yourself and the others are part of the call team, Lukey. What is he? Who else would be around about the mark in the moment?
In the Morris medal?
Yeah.
I would put Jack Glanville and Riley Smith at the top of the tree. Riley Smith, the big man from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints in the ruck. And I have said on 2 occasions this year, and I'm not joking when I say this, and I don't think I'm getting carried away, I've got no doubt that there'll be teams at the elite level with their eye on Riley Smith. Like, he could go straight in off an AFL pre-season and could squeeze a few games next year in the AFL, in my opinion.
The one other game that I have done this year was Coro and Myrtleford up there, and he was impressive that day. He was, for the size of him, the way that he moves around the ground, it's impressive when you can see guys of that size be able to move their way around the grounds. And, he's a talent, that's for sure.
And Ben Patton, I believe, just played the best quarter I've seen him play in a yellow and black Guernsey. He was fantastic that quarter, Freaky. 3 goals. As we said, to the Noriel Park end, went forward and really lifted the Tigers and inspired them in that quarter.
Yeah, he certainly did. They just looked like they needed a little bit of speed in their forward half. They've got some really good bigs down there, but they just look like they needed an extra dynamic, because if you look at the other end, the Panthers have got some really good speed and really good guys down there. I think the likes of, in their forward half for the Cooper Hall, I thought's played a really good first half. Jay Summers, I really like the game of Aiden Cook as well. Those other probably not as higher names that people think of, but I think their influence in that first half for the Panthers and around their front half has been really crucial, just the way they've been able to use the ball and their decision-making and popping up in the right spot. As we said, in that first quarter, we were able to see Cooper Hall kick a goal basically off the goal line, just sneaking around. Tigers didn't have that in the first quarter. They put Ben Patton down there. I think another one that can really do that similar role for them would be Elliot Powell as well in the second quarter. In the second half. I think he can definitely be one that can move into that forward half and be a really troubling, real troubling headache down there for the Panthers.
That's the voice of Brad Freak on the 40 Wing Stats today. His special comments for the Newmarket. Halftime show is for Elders Rural. Gussie joins us again. Now, Gussie, just recap about what is going on tonight up in the Tigers club rooms, because it is reunion day.
It is. 4 grand finals they're celebrating, 4 grand final victories. 1956 under legend of not only the Albury Tigers but also the AFL. Jack Jones was the premiership coach that year. 1966 under Murray Wiedemann. 1996 under Paul Spargo. And 2016 under Daniel Maher, who's assistant coach now, and Sean Daly, the legend of the Tigers. They're celebrating 4 premierships, 1996 and 2016, both against the Panthers.
And Lindsay Rawlings told us in the pre-match address that Paul Spargo was going to have a chat to the Tigers for a pre-game speech or pump-up in this game today.
It didn't work overly well in the first quarter.
Not in the first quarter.
They're starting to come to play now, the Tigers. Lukey, we might need to take a break because the men in green are back on the ground.
Sounds good. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Fridge broken down? Urgently need a new wash?
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
The Panthers lead 6-4-40 to the Albury Tigers 4-4-28 thanks to Wiesners. Albury just need to bring a bit more of what we saw in the second term there, Luke Francis. That's the blueprint. They kicked 4 goals, 3 via Patton and, of course, 1 via Walker. Probably the best bit of quarter we've seen from Albury, with the exception of last week, but in a long period of time.
Yeah, Gussie, as we said in the halftime show, Ben Patton was so good in that second term, but they need it again. They need a Ben Patton to step up. They need Matt Walker to kick 2 or 3 this quarter because at the moment they're still at arm's length of the Panthers. It's a 12-point margin, but I think we're in for a very good second half on O&M Live.
Certainly think so. And it looks as if Patton is going to head down to the forward line once again. I'm just trying to see where he's gone.
He's on the wing right in front of us.
He's on the wing. There you go.
Couldn't have been any clearer, mate.
Couldn't have been any closer or clearer to me, but nonetheless, we're about to get underway. Just trying to see if we
get away with that on radio.
No, we would. Not on the live stream.
Brad Freak, he just comes in and goes bang.
Sniper. So Albury kicking to the left of your screen at Botanic Garden end, and of course the Panthers to your right heading to the Norriel Park end. Umpire just waiting for everything to be deemed okay. Sharon's in the air, and here we go, the third term with Luke Francis on O&M Live.
Panthers by 12 points. Round 16 at the Albury Sports Ground. Gaynor coming through the middle. Billy Glanville takes it in. Ball comes out. Gaynor goes again. Driscoll had him. Taken off the footy. And it's going to go to Jake. So he just got rid of the ball in time. Here goes straight up the corridor. Bennett over his reach, or out of his reach. Here's Newton. Lipscomb after him. Riley Costello works one back to Charlie Douglas. So defensive 50. Botanic Garden end. Boston Sheridan on his own. Takes the mark for the Panthers. Jack Glanville running for him. He's had a super first half. How many now, Freaky?
Needs to be 22nd disposal of the game.
Gee, I reckon this guy will go so close to the Morris medal this year, Gus McLeod.
Ooh, bit of a smoky from you, Luke.
Oh, absolutely. He's been so prominent for the Lavington Football Club. Garthwaite works his way to the front, and he's giving the Rooster headaches down there. Here's Ryan.
Played a great game.
Here he goes, on the boot. And he dumps it out towards centre wing. Ryan at the back. Over the top it goes. McNamara, line close. Ball out of bounds here, left of centre wing, broadcast side.
What's your best thanks to 40 weeks, Bradley, or maybe an area that one of the sides then look to improve in?
Yeah, well, in this second half, it's probably just getting some of the prime ball winners for Albury involved as well. Obviously Anthony Miles only had 8 disposals. Jack Limpson had 10. They got really involved in that second term. Just want to keep that momentum going in this third quarter.
Boundary throwing on centre wing. Muller on the tap. Cousins got there first. His handball missed. Jake Gaynor. O'Brien comes through for the Panthers on to Billy Glanville, whose kick heads towards the boundary line and just lands inside the field of play. Well, the boundary throwing on centre wing. So, no real trends that we've noticed to kickstart the third term. 2 minutes gone for NZ. As Muller wins it down in the ruck contest, but Jack Glanville was there first. Jack Costello's there for the Panthers. Shoved the handball out wide. Billy Glanville, he retreats. Finds a teammate in Boston, Sheridan. He went for Jack Costello, but the boundary line beat them all. Boundary throwing once again on centre wing. We got a Brad Freak for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, just as you said, just a bit of a stalemate to start this third quarter. Balls really just hasn't really gone either end. Just stayed around the middle of the ground so far.
Muller, Glanville, flicked it out the back. Cousins pinched it though. Patton, left foot, floating ball here to half forward. McNamara, good win against Bowden. Squares one up to Douglas. True half back, into the corridor they go. This man, who is on Jack Glanville? Unbelievable. Then out wide to Buchanan. And they're backward of centre wing here on the clubroom side. A true centre wing. Cook couldn't take the mark. Driscoll, head over the footy, handballed it off. Costello goes in, low and hard, and he's taken in. So the third turn brought to you by Wiesner's. Brad Freak for 40 winks, and his special comments for the Newmarket. Gus McLeod is here, calling for Border Bandag. Ball back up in the air. Muller, left-handed down. Costello breaks clear. Good vision to Boston Sheridan. And this man is starting to put his head up in the O&M, Boston Sheridan. Here's Jake O'Brien into the pocket. Sedgwick is down there. Garthwaite with the Rooster. Ball out of bounds.
Putting in a really good performance, Ryan Garthwaite. The Rooster really hasn't had too much influence on this game. Even if every time the ball's gone inside their forward 50, he's been right on his hammer and toe just to keep him in check. Looks
to be in a full bill of health as well after suffering a nasty quad injury a few weeks ago. Tracking this one to the boundary line. Clever tap from O'Brien onto Sedgwick. It's a Sunjan goal today. A banana across his body. It was a brilliant finish, all set up by the poise and brilliance from Jake O'Brien. The Panthers at their best.
Yeah, beautifully called there, Gussie. Jake O'Brien set that all up. It was just that beautiful. I don't know if you'd consider it a score assist, would you? But just to be able to put it out into Nick Sedgwick's running lane and just be able to really nice check side finish there from the forward pocket. But a really important goal, that one, Lukey, to get the first one in this second term and put the margin out to 18 points.
That's right, Freaky. So it really is over to the Albury Tigers now. They must respond and answer. Otherwise, this round 16 game is in danger of slipping away from them. So back in the centre. Umpire about to come in. Here we go. So we've got 7-4-46 playing 4-4-28. Panthers up. We get a ball up. We recommence. Muller and Jack Driscoll. Gaynor. Here they go now. And Jake fires it inside 50. Botanic Garden and Noonan came charging out. He's trying to get back on the footy. Walker nicely done to Patton. High ball going up. Bowden works his way to the front and takes the mark. Good hands.
Really, really good work there by Bowden. Just put really good body work in and then just really nice vertical jump there. Got it the highest point and, really, really hard there for the Lavington defender to be able to spoil it. But Jake Gaynor on the 40-wing stat sheet had 3 early disposals for the Albury Tigers.
Has to kick it well. Must go through. A non-negotiable. So this to bring it back to a 2-goal margin. Will Bowden directly in front. He kicks it. So they hang around the Tigers. And they need the next.
That was a really good response, wasn't it, Lukey? Obviously, the Panthers were able to get one, but immediately back within under a minute, Tigers are able to respond and get that margin back down to 12 points. It's going to be really crucial this term for the context of the game. So really, really important there for the Tigers to be able to set up. But they're getting some really good dominance, I feel, in the centre square here at the moment. The last couple of centre bounces, they've been able to get the clearance out of it as well. So been look for Jake Gaynor as the one to get some speed on the ball and try and run into a little bit of space.
Albury are trying to really stretch Lavington's back six with Bowden going inside forward 50, just trying to add a few more tools to cause some headaches to the Lavington Panthers back six. Looks as if they've given the match up to Hart now, so they've made a change after McNamara was on him. Ball the footy up in the middle of the ground. Tracking this one is Gaynor. Got his hands on the footy and flung it out to the voice of Elliot Powell, who fumbled uncharacteristically. Duncan put his head over the football. Bit of argy-bargy. I reckon Dunks has caught one in the eye there. And Michael Duncan might have caught one to either the eye or the snoz. As we ball the footy up here. On centre wing. Muller won the tap. Nice work there from Patton. He was dispossessed though. Billy Glanville, handball towards Cooper Hall. Paddled it to his own advantage, but Gaynor interrupted. Nice handball. Came from Summers onto Cooper Hall, who's tracking this footy once again, but he's gang tackled by the Tigers and will ball the footy up 25 metres out from Panthers goal. Here in the third term, thanks to Weastoners, with Luke Francis for Waterbandag.
Yeah, when we get a bigger break in play, we'll go to Freaky because we understand the Saints and Hopper's game score has been updated. They're fighting away for the pill here, about 25 out from the Norriel Park end. Freaky will grab that. Oh, holding the footy. Which way is that going? It's going to the Tigers, to Jay Hillary.
I'm not quite sure about that. Look, there was just a mass of bodies around the footy. Then I couldn't really see who had the footy or what was going on.
Yeah, I agree, Freaky. Now here's Duncan from the back pocket. Angles back to Gaynor. Takes the mark. Norriel Parkang, clubroom side. And Jake trying to dance around the man on the mark. Angles it back to Anthony Miles, who takes it. Now they get some run on the footy. Here's Duncan. Oh, don't know about that kick. Turns it over to Boston Sheridan. Now the Panthers are coming back, and they send one in. It's a wide ball, 2-on-1 back here. Garthwaite and Wilson. Osterhoff joins it now. He's brought down Tim through that. Wilson across the line. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Rightio, Freaky. We'll go around the grounds now for Ray White-Wodonga, and we'll see what we got.
Yeah, Myrtleford up by 12 points against North Albury in the third quarter there. 40-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies, 3-point lead to the Wodonga Bulldogs, and a 40-point lead to the Rovers.
How was the throw there from Osterhoff? It was as blatant as you'll ever see.
That's what happens when you get the ball stuck in your feathers.
And a bit of a zinger there from Luke Francis as Jesse Hart lobs one down the line. Muller tried to impact against Jack Driscoll. Got there a bit late. Now inside 50. Opting to go on the chest there was Osterhoff. Garthwaite intervened. Throws it on the boot. Clears defensive lines. Muller hopes for a good bounce. Doesn't quite get one. Attacking the ball is Charlie Sanson. Did he bite off more than he can chew? He took on Jake Gay on the Tigers. Win a free kick. Here's Page. Across half back with a well-weighted ball. Lipscomb just got in the road there of Matt Walker. A communication breakdown. Yeah. And a boundary throw in the result in front of the Panthers bench.
He hit a nail on the head there, Gussie. Just not enough talk between the two there because it was going to be a nice, easy mark for Lipscomb. Just a bit more talk from Matty Walker.
Boundary throw in. Muller won the tap, but Driscoll sharked it, threw it on the boot and kicked towards the guts. Hillary, first on the scene for the Tigers in the centre circle, plays on and kicks towards Bowden, who's out in front. The big levers go in the air. He brought it down towards Bender, who's wearing 42, and he kicks one inside 50 for the Tigers. Well done, Costello, but the mark to Ryan showed brute strength and a bit of a showing of age there. Jake Ryan, the veteran, up against the youngster, and Costello and Ryan just use his body to nestle him under the ball. He'll have a shot at the sticks from 40 on a slight angle.
Yep. Beautiful body work there, just to be able to put Costello under the ball and be able to get it in Ryan. Bit of space and, yeah, took quite an easy mark in the end there, but another really, really important set shot here for the Tigers.
So Jake Ryan hasn't kicked one today. Been a little bit quiet by his normally high standards. The Botanic Garden end makes good connection, but he's missed. It's a minor score. Albury moved to 5-5-35. The Panthers 7-4-46. That's all thanks to Jeff and the team at Inspirations Paint.
So the Panthers breathe a sigh of relief, Freaky.
Yeah, they certainly do. Would have been a really handy goal for the Tigers to get there.
Newton, long ball defensively out. Look at this for a one-on-one. Garthwaite and the Rooster. Play goes on. Newnham. Ball came out. Lipscomb. Now here's Oosterhoff, got a shocking bounce. Fegan to Cooper Hall. Short ball to Stenning. Terrific. Great footy from the Panthers. Too easy in the end, Freaky getting out the back.
Yeah, I really like the game of Cooper Hall. You could really see there, he got to about 60 metres out. He was running at top speed, just lowered his speed a little bit just to be able to deliver that ball to Stenning. And I think Stenning, another one, is having a really good impact in that forward half. He's obviously kicked the 2 goals today and looking to kick his 3rd in this game.
Yeah, Sammy Stenning. So we know he's got a slightly aim at that left goal post. And it should swing back. Here he goes, Sammy Stenning. This will be 3. He's got his 3rd, and that one hurts the Tigers. It really does. When Jake Ryan had an opportunity at the Botanic Garden, and straight back down the other end, and the Panthers sting.
Yeah, just a real big swing there, Lukey, wasn't it? As you said, the opportunity for the Albury Tigers at one end and miss, and then a relatively quick ball transition to the other end. The Panthers are able to get the ball. But how good was that contest between Oosterhoff and Garthwaite in the middle of the wing here? But just I
actually thought a free kick could have been paid to Ryan Garthwaite there for holding.
I do agree with you as well, Lukey. It looked like there was a bit of manhandling there, but poor old defenders don't normally get that way compared to the forwards.
They're seen as the bad guys sometimes.
You sound like a defender, Brad
I am,
Freak.
mate. Yep.
20-point buffer to the Panthers here on O&M Live, thanks to Wiesners. And Stenning kicking 3 goals. He has a very good ability to hit the big sticks in big moments. To Sam Stenning. Kicked 5 in the final term a few weeks ago in his comeback game against the Dogs. Ball's at half forward now. Driscoll had his pocket picked by Duncan. Now Lipscomb for the Albury Tigers. Wants to go to the broadcast side. McNamara with a big challenge to beat Patton and Miles, and he does well. He does well. Anthony Miles wasn't overly impressed with McNamara's effort, Bradley.
I like that because he stuck up for Patton, who was on the turf.
Yeah, I don't think it was the hit. I think it was just a little bit of a stare down while he was on the ground.
Yeah, I agree.
Boundary throwing, missed both ruckman, but Cook was there. Left it behind for Cooper Hall. Now Cook comes through once again. Spins through a bit of traffic. Handballs the grass in a bit of a hit and hope. Now Sheridan flings it out wide. The Panthers break away with Summers on the right boot. A lob wedge, but Fletcher Hart had the better of the positioning, and he's going to switch the ball dangerously for the Albury Tigers, but it works out okay. Quaid on to Garthwaite.
He's playing a game and a half. Garthwaite, Ryan, down the line to Wilson. Hall, nicely done to try and pick off the foot. He goes again. Cooper, Patton got spun around. Here's Sheridan, game lifting now. Went without the footy. Quaid, nicely done to Cousins. Inboard to Lipscomb. Now, what's he doing here? He's taken off. Oh, he buggered that up. Cousins won it back. Short one out wide to Quaid. So it ends up all right. Inboard, Muller. Umpires paid a push. And the Panthers bench going off their tree. Muller inside to Patton. About to wind up here. He goes for home, sends it. Is it coming back? Yep. He's got 4. He's got a quartet, Ben, and he's keeping the Tigers in the game.
He's playing a sensational last couple of quarters, Ben Patton. He's up to 13 disposals now in this game, Lukey, with his 4 goals as well. He's been everywhere. He's really getting his fingerprints on the game for the Tigers. He's been sensational for them, up to the 11 points is the margin now in this match. But really, really good effort there for the Tigers. They've been getting a little bit of momentum in this game, and they've been able to just get the game going. Probably after quarter time, they've probably been the better side in this match so far, and just trying to claw back that 4 or 5 goal margin they gave up in that first quarter.
The names involved in that piece of play, Garthwaite, Cousins, Lipscomb, and then finished by Patton. That's what the Albury Tigers need. They need their big players to stand up and put them on their back, the Albury Tigers. Give another ball up in the middle of the ground. We'll get some 40 winks from Brad Freak.
In the second quarter, we've had the 5 disposals for Jake Gaynor and Ben Patton as well for 40 wings. Jack Glanville, he's only had the 3, but he's up to 24 for the game so far.
Muller was appealing for a free kick. Play went on. Powers at the bottom of the contest. So too Gaynor. Glanville finds his brother Billy. And now Charlie Douglas breaks away with a searching handball. In towards a bit of... Almost got in the road there. Hart brings it out long down the line. Searching for Jack Glanville. Sliding in was Lipscomb. Pinned the footy to his chest, appealing for holding the ball. Won't get it. Good umpiring for the men in green.
Yeah, sorry, Frick. It has been very good umpiring today, I reckon.
I agree.
I was just going to say, a little niche thing I've noticed. The ball, when it lands a lot of times today, it's actually spun backwards. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, rather than...
How's that for a 40-wing
Just
stat?
a real little thing. I've noticed it about 3 or 4 times in this quarter already.
on the boot of Page. High up and under, up towards Walker at half forward. Oh, good work from Alex Bennett. The Lavington back six have really stood up today. Sanson, Hart, Bennett, Douglas, they're playing a good game. Dangerous kick is going to work out okay here as Costello marks, goes out towards Buchanan, and he marks in the defensive junction of the boundary line and the arc.
Buchanan, defensive 50, Botanic Garden end, long driving kick up towards centre wing, Stenning, clubroom side ball going out of bounds. Rightio, Freaky, we've got a chance to go back around the grounds for Ray White with Donga. How are we going at the moment, mate?
Yeah, I'll just reload it. In the other games in the ovens, Myrtleford up by 12 points. The Wangaratta Magpies are up by 39 points. 5 points Yarrawonga lead by, and Rovers are up by 10 goals against the Raiders.
Ball being called back here, free kick given away. So it's going to take a few moments to come back. At the moment, we've got the Panthers up 8-4-52 to Albury 6-5-41. Brad Freak, Gus McLeod and Luke Francis with you on 14.94 2AY. O&M live in round 16. Play back underway. Ball heading towards the chalk, out of bounds. Gus McLeod getting ready for the Tigers function tonight. We understand he could pull out the white suit, although it hasn't been confirmed yet.
No, not yet. It's on standby.
Okay.
It's on standby. 52, playing 35 here on O&M Live. Ball's in dispute. Umpire should call for another stoppage and we'll ball the footy up. So, looks as if the game's just starting to take a bit of a notch up here, Brad Freak.
Yeah, it has. It definitely has been. The contested work from both sides all day has been fantastic, but yeah, it certainly feels like this game could go up another notch or two.
Buchanan to Summers, over the top to Jack Costello. So they're moving the footy down the clubroom side. Fisted away by Fletcher Hart, away from Stanning. Sean Driscoll tried to duck around Mick Duncan, couldn't do it, and he's been tackled out of bounds. So we'll have a boundary throw in, about 30 around from goal, Norriel Park end, on a very good day in Albury, the border city. 3 rounds to go on the O&M. This is round 16 of 18. So Oosterhoff, Driscoll, Fegan, Billy Glanville tries to break clear, Jack Costello, then hooks it back to Summers, right on the 50-metre arc. Now, can they find some space? Stenning leads. Now he's got to go back. Now, Jay, he's kicked 1 goal in this game. He likes his chances. Now, we've got to mention he actually punted in college football in America, Jay. He's very talented.
He did.
Yeah.
And he played wide receiver as well.
So let's have a look at this. Let's see how far he can kick it, Jay. He's going to back himself in. Tell you what, a sweet contact. It's going towards the goal square. Wilson got up high. Jake O'Brien tried to sneak one through left foot. Wilson, will he concede? No. He's going to trot. Now he will.
There was about 3 or 4 blokes there telling him to run backwards the other way to run it over. So I think he made the right decision in the end.
Yeah. 53 playing 41. Panthers up over the Tigers on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Long down the line goes the kick in from fullback. And a stoppage will have. Brad Freak, what's your best for 40 wins?
Yeah, 7 inside 50s for the Lavington Panthers in this third quarter. We've had 5 disposals for Jake Gaynor and Ben Patton as well, and 5 for Billy Glanville.
In dispute, Gaynor gets crunched there by Billy Glanville, appealing for holding the ball. Buchanan throws it on the left. Torpedo punt out of bounds on the full. It won't challenge the scorers. It won't challenge the scorers. Around the grounds, we'll get some stats and some numbers for you from some other games, thanks to Ray White Wodonga, as the kick in comes back into play for Anthony Miles. Miles chipping ball to Wilson. And the Tigers are starting to play a possession brand of football here. Garthwaite can bring it out to the interchange booth and search for Fletcher Hart, who marks in front of Sam Stenning. Been a good battle today between those two. Hart down the line finds Bowden, who marks just inside the field of play. He wants to wheel and go and get this attacking play moving for the Tigers. Lipscomb breaks away from McNamara on centre wing. His handball over the top is in search of Elliot Powell. Powell, 75 from home, attacks through the corridor. Now winds up inside 50, searching for Ryan. Best bit of play we've seen from the Tigers all afternoon, and Ryan's on the end of this one, 45 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, really good play there from Elliot Powell, just to take the game on. Just didn't want to go long down the line and kick it in a straight line to where all the Lavington defenders were. Ran in towards the middle of the ground, got to the centre square, and then delivered a 45-degree angle pass over the way to Ryan, who took a really, really strong contested mark again in that front half. But just like before, Lukey needs to put this one through the big sticks for the Tigers.
Big kick here for Jake Ryan. The Tigers desperately need this one at the 21st minute mark. Ryan to the Botanic Garden end. Strikes it beautifully, and the goal umpire does not move an inch. The Albury Tigers get their 7th, and they're coming on O&M Live. The Tigers 7-5-47. The Panthers 8-5-53. 21 minutes gone for NZ.
Yeah, well, the first quarter of this game, it was all the Lavington Panthers with the dominant side in the game. As we touched on at the time, they probably got in 5 or 6 goals up, but just didn't take advantage. But since quarter time, the Tigers have certainly been the better of the sides, and now it's only a goal the difference during this third quarter. So they've just really, really built into the game, the Tigers, and Lavington are just going to have to get a little bit of momentum.
Just a quick around the grounds. 5 minutes to go. Fremantle 108, Melbourne 110.
Yeah, at the MCG. And for the first time today, the second time today only, the Tigers have kicked back-to-back goals. So 53 playing 47. We're back to a kick here at the Albury Sport. Let's see how it plays out. Miles Costello pinches it away. They're going inside 50 again. Great kick. Sedgwick bounced before him. Nico swings around, inside ball, back to Costello, taken down
definitely
by Hillary.
100%.
And this will be a certain goal to the Panthers.
Well, it might actually, is the ball coming back or is it being sent downfield here?
Have to be downfield, yeah. And Tim Osterhoff's going to take it. And he puts it over the goal umpire's head, back out to 12 points as quickly as that.
Just a really, really quick reply there from the Panthers, and as we touched on with Albury before, but just to give themselves that break in the game again. So really, really quick reply. Just touching on that AFL game, Gussie, as you said, I've been getting messages all day from mates. They reckon it's the game of the year in the AFL.
Fair dinkum.
They reckon it's been the best game they've seen all year.
There you go. Well, I can tell you right now, the score in that game is 17-8 to 17-6.
A lot of goals, isn't it?
Yeah, you got your money's worth if you bought a ticket to that one today.
Yeah.
Around the grounds, thanks to Ray Watt-Wadong. We might get an Ovens and Murray update quickly, Brad, if we can. Just from the best of the lot from those games, we go back to the middle.
Scores level between Myrtleford and North Albury, 47 apiece. Yarrawonga up by 5 points against the Dogs. The other games, the two Wangaratta sides are out by 8 goals plus.
And Yakandanda over Kiwa Sandy Creek by 2 kicks as Muller sends the ball inside 50 for the Albury Tigers. Going across the face was McNamara. Looks to be a Tiger down. It might be Walker. We'll get an update on that one from you soon, Brad Freak. As Duncan retreats via hand to Elliot Powell on centre wing. Has enough poise to break away from the plane. He finds Cousins now. Across half forward, inside 50. Ryan the target. A few Panthers there, including Riley Costello with a big fist out of bounds for a restart.
Yeah, Matty Walker just took a real big hit in that last marking contest, but he's got up on his feet. He's inside the goal square at the moment, just on his haunches, but seems to be all right for the Tigers.
Luke Francis for Border Bandag, over to you.
Inside 50, Botanic Garden end. Gainer loops one over the top. Powell to Miles, who gets back on the footy, tries to turn around. Back to Jake Gainer, taken down by Hall. Costello comes away. He's really rising in this third quarter. Yeah, Gainer arriving in pain inside 50. Take a watch on that. In the meantime, the ball plays on. Costello, geez, as I said, he's really lifting him a third term. Here's Patino to Miles. Anthony Short to Powell. Gainer still with the trainer. They're going to have to halt play here.
Yeah,
it's either a knee or an ankle. Yeah, I reckon it's either a knee or an ankle. I'm just having a look on the footage there. It doesn't look good.
He's got the two trainers arm in arm carrying off the ground quickly. Cannot put any weight on his right leg at the moment. Jake Gainer looks very, very unfortunate. Look like they're going to just take him straight off the ground, so he won't play any more part in today's game.
Yeah, so that's really unfortunate. He's had a super season. He'd be leading their best and fairest again, I reckon, Jake Gainer. So he's coming from the ground, and as Freaky alluded to, he's not coming through the interchange gates.
Unless they bring him the long way, straight off the ground.
Yeah. So,
not good there for the co-captain of the Albury Tigers.
Elliot Powell pops it inside 50. He's got Hillary. Oh, so bad checking from the Panthers. Just caught us sleep there during the break, Freaky.
Yeah, that is really, really poor from the Panthers. You think about, unfortunate that obviously Jake Gaynor's getting taken off the ground, but they had a good minute to be able to get themselves set up behind the ball there, and really good vision there by Elliot Powell, and to be able to find Jay Hillary inside the forward 50, about 35 metres out on a slight angle.
59 playing 47. The Panthers up. Jay Hillary with the shot. 40 out. Botanic Garden end. He's got it. He pumps them up. So they stay in touch, the Tigers, here in the third term.
They've had the 8 inside 50s, both sides on the 40-wing stat sheet in this third quarter. They've had Ben Patton's up to 6 disposals as well. It takes him up to 14 for the game as well as his 4 goals. Billy Glanville's had the 5, and so has Jack Costello as the leading ball winners for the Lavington Panthers in the third term on the 40-wing stat sheet.
So it looks as if Jake Gaynor's gone down the Lavington race. I reckon he might be going to the junior rooms.
Behind the goals down there, Gussie. Just make a real slow way around the ground.
So his day is done, and we'll seek an update on whether that's an ankle or a knee. But Jake Gaynor, his day is done for the Albury Tigers. So Albury are down a soldier, and he's a pretty important one too. 59 plays, 53. We've played 26 and a half here thanks to Wiesner's. Patton goes to Page on the edge of the centre square for the Tigers. They want to build up and get one more goal before the three-quarter time break. It's in the hands of Banjo Davies. One of the 2 thirds players playing today, Riley O'Sullivan, his counterpart, coached by Jake Gaynor, ironically. Lipscomb on the edge of the centre square, wants to play on for the Albury Tigers. He sends one into the hot spot. They need a flyer. Muller's there. He brought it front and centre. Newnham, being quiet today, feeds it back via hand to Anthony Miles. Down to the top of the goal square. Good hands. Really good hands out in front from Sanson. And he's going to be on the last line of defence to bring it out towards the broadcast side. So Albury let a chance go of begging. Long down the line. Sedgwick's there. Got a bad bounce. Out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Brad Freak, over to you for the Newey.
Yeah, I reckon Billy Glanville's a little bit stiff to not get a free kick there. He just hit his Albury defender, basically just, I think it was Jake Page, sort of gave him a hug, turned his body away from the footy. Could have easily been a free kick against the Tigers there.
One kick in it on the eve of three-quarter time. Panthers up 9-5-59 to 8-5-53 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Nicely done from Patton. Got it away to Lipscomb. Spins around. And move it quickly by hand. Wilson, short one. Play goes on. Cousins, right foot tumbling. It's wide. Is that scraped in for a point? It has. So it's back to 5 points. So they're pressing here, the Tigers, but they just can't finish at the moment, Freaky.
No, they certainly can't, but they've got themselves well and truly within this game now, only the 5-point margin late into the third quarter.
Newton's about to come with a long one out of fullback at field. There it is. Dumps it out. Now Garthwaite getting a run at this. So to the Rooster. He knew he marked that, Garthwaite. Left foot around his body. This is going to be valuable yards for the yellow and black. Well done by Ryan Garthwaite. Geez, a good player, Freaky.
Oh, he's had a really, really solid game today against the big Rooster down there. He held the Rooster to only 2 goals so far, but one of them was a downfield free kick, which put him directly in front. So I think he's been sensational for the Tigers today.
Deep into time on. We've played 29 minutes. Patton sends the Tigers to the top of the goal square. It might even have the legs with a good bounce. Got a bad bounce. Got an absolute shocking bounce across the face. And it's going to be a minor score as 55 plays 59. You sense the Albury Tigers are starting to find another gear. Lavington desperately need the siren to sound and bring us to three-quarter time. 59 plays 55. The Panthers are in front thanks to Inspirations Paint. Newton from full back for the Panthers out towards the broadcast side of the ground. Big contest as the siren sounds. Put your seatbelt on and buckle up. It's going to be a big final term here on O&M Live. The Panthers maintain the lead. 9-5-59 to Albury. 8-7-55 and the Tigers are coming here on O&M Live where you won't miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Welcome back to O&M Live on 1494 2AY. Three-quarter time sees the Panthers in front, 9-5-59 to Albury, 8-7-55. It was a good third term, probably the best term of footy we've seen from the whole day. We'll get the quarters best with Brad Freak, thanks to Atondo Homes.
Yeah, I thought Ben Patton in that third quarter was outstanding for the Albury Tigers. He had plenty of the footy. He had 9 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet, and he was everywhere for the Tigers to be able to get them, edge that margin closer throughout that third quarter. If we do have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet, he was our leading disposal getter for that third term with the 9 disposals. Takes him up to 17 for the game. 25 disposals to Jack Landville to three-quarter time. He's our leading disposal getter on our 40-wing stat sheet. If we have a look at the team stats, inside 50 is very similar, 27 to 23 in favour of the Albury Tigers in this game as well. 4 marks inside forward, 50 to 5 for the Lavington Panthers. So it was a cracking game, cracking quarter of football that third quarter. Looking for a lot more of the same, Lukey and Gus, in this last term.
Around the grounds in the SSNA, Ovens and Murray, some scores as three-quarter time in the final term starts to commence. Scores are locked at the McNamara Reserve. In fact, North Albury have just hit the front. 8-7-55 to 54 in that encounter. Wayne Grada taking care of the Roos. Yarrawonga out to a lead of 47-33 against the Dogs at the 7-minute mark of the fourth term. The Rovers taking care of the Raiders, and of course at the sports ground, a 4-point lead to the Panthers. Adam Schneider is keeping the Panthers in for a very long-winded chatty, Luke Francis.
Yeah, he is, Gussie. So they're yet to break from their huddle. Tigers out in their positions. Final term, around 16 here at the Albury Sports Ground in season 2026.
Just had some news come through at the break. It is a knee for Jake Gaynor, which is very, very worrying signs, Brad Freak. We hope it's not an ACL, but nonetheless, Jake Gaynor off the ground for the rest of the day with a knee.
Yeah, he was having a sensational game as well. He was up to the 18 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet too. So, yeah, hopefully all the best for Jake and obviously his family as well.
Garcia can tell you too, Ninja took out the Missile Stakes in Sydney. The Group 2 for the 3-year-olds, over 1,200. It's only 14 days to the Wink Stakes and also the Memsey, so the spring just around the corner.
Good racing upon us soon, Luke Francis.
Oh, yeah, Gus McLeod.
Very much looking forward to it. Where's Rain Queen up to?
Rain Queen, she ran at Gundagai on Tuesday and she didn't run a very good race.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, a bit disappointing.
Maybe off the Pony Club soon.
Possibly. Yeah,
Here we
would
go.
have to perform next start.
The fourth and final term on O&M Live is a churching the boys in the great outdoors. The Tigers trail the Panthers by 4 points. Good to see a few of the stars of the 2016 Premiership team amongst the huddle. Saw Satandro helping out there at the break.
Did you?
The Mad Irishman, he's here. Maybe they can channel a bit of him in the final term. Here's Luke Francis on O&M Live.
Driscoll and Muller as the game started. Billy Glanville going in. Ball clamped in, umpire to take it again. So the Tigers midfield will have to find something extra here in the final term without Jake Gaynor. Cousins going in. Sean Driscoll. Did he drag that back in? Umpire let him off the hook. So again, another stoppage in the centre. Muller, Driscoll. Muller got it down. Well done by Jack Costello. Turns around. Look at him go. Straightens up. Look at the delivery. Into Sammy Stenning. Freaky, that was A-grade.
Yeah, it certainly was. Just to be able to get that burst of speed to break away from the tackler and then just lower that body speed down to be able to deliver the ball to Sam Stenning in the forward half, who I thought's have a really good game. He's kicked the 3 goals so far for the Panthers and he's having a real influence on this match.
So he was kept goalless last week, Sammy Stenning. So the Panthers needed him to lift this week, and he has done that. Shooting for 4, Botanic Garden end. He likes it, Sammy. He's got it. He's got 4, and the Panthers kick the first, the all-important one of the final term.
Yeah, really big goal there just to get that margin back out to the double digits of 10 points for the Lavington Panthers early in this last term as well. So just really good bit of class, as you said there, Lukey, in with Jack Costello, just to be able to hit that target and get a little bit of early momentum for the Panthers in the last quarter.
The good players make it look so easy, don't they?
They do. They really do. Because I know it looks simple, but that's a really hard thing to do, to be able to, with that speed, slowly compose yourself in enough time to be able to deliver the footy like that.
It is. And I don't know why, but all the good players seem to be in slow motion in that action. Here's Lipscomb, Sean Driscoll, and he's got some toe, Sean. Low ball. Here they go again to Aiden Cook. 65 out from home. Now, Billy Glanville's leading back, screaming for it. Cook nearly went for him. Now he's leading up at the foot. He goes for him now. It's too high for him. Into the pocket. Jake O'Brien takes the mark. So he ignored the first lead, and he goes to the second, has picked up Jake O'Brien. Freaky.
It was really good. That lead from Billy Glanville opened up the space behind him. And Jake O'Brien just read that beautifully. And a really, really good delivery there by Aiden Cook to put it out in front of Jake O'Brien to take a mark. He's going to be having this shot from about 20 metres out, probably on about a 45-degree angle, just in front of the netball courts at the Albury Sports Ground.
So the margin at 10, this would get it out to 16 points and a 3-goal lead for the Lavington Football Club. Jake O'Brien goes for home. He's missed it. So the Tigers are still alive in the final term. Only an 11-point margin.
There's a heartbeat, Luke Francis. There's a heartbeat. They've played really good footy in patches. They need to play a good term here all thanks to the great outdoors. Duncan, been good today. Has the ball in the back pocket for the Albury Tigers in front of the grandstand. Well weighted pass to the advantage of Jack Lipscomb. Are we taking Jack's numbers today, Bradley?
Yeah, 15th for the game now on the 40-wing stat sheet.
He goes down the line to Bowden with his big long levers, brings it into his grasp on centre wing in front of our broadcast position. Goes the long ball, high up and under. Searching for Newnham. Muller's there at the back of the pack. Dropped the mark, brought it front and centre. Patton handballs to the voice of Cousins. Cousins tracking this one inside 50. Handballs onto Page. The left foot kicks an absolute Barry Crocker, but they can raffle at the Tigers. Duncan dropped the dolly in towards a bit of space. Ball pinballs around. McNamara heard the call from Glanville. This was Jack. Jack throws it on the left, sends the ball searching for Oosterhoff. Couldn't believe his luck when it landed in his breadbasket. Sheridan broke away from the tackle for the Panthers. Kicks the grubber up to Cooper Hall. Hall needs to dispose of the football quickly. Does so. Costello over the top. Got a player in space. It falls now for Sedgwick. Nice tackle from Page. Holding the ball free kick to the Albury Tigers in the defensive 50.
Gus McLeod calling for Border Bandag. Brad Freak on the 40-wing stats. That one out to bounds on the full. So the boundary umpire called it perfectly, Freaky.
Yeah, he certainly did. He certainly right there on the spot.
Costello's away. And he's impacting in the final term. Puts one inside 50. Fist from Garthwaite. Jake O'Brien pounces on the footy, trying to get back inside. Gets support in Stenning. Tries to break away. Hooks it out the back. Newton. And then goes again, does Nick. He's brought down. Sean Driscoll to Glanville. Left foot, swings it towards home. Garthwaite. What a star. Gee, he's a good footballer.
He's had a really good battle with Oosterhoff down there today. Just been able to use his body and his presence to get him off the ball and just taking a really crucial mark on the very, very last line of defence for the Tigers.
Best game I've seen Garthwaite play in probably 4 or 5 weeks, I reckon. He looks to be at his best with his fitness back in his favour. He's standing up here for the Tigers. Lavington have it across half forward with Jack Glanville. How many for Jack?
He's coming up for his 28th of the day.
Probably been Lavington's best for mine across 4 terms. This will take his best with Sharon in hand. He's going to have to kick from 55 metres out. He's going to lob one up into the pocket, searching for a flyer. And Stenning takes the mark, and Fletcher Hart was appealing for a push in the back.
Yeah, he probably felt it was a little bit of a forearm from our end, it looked like in there, but I can understand why I would have felt like it was in the back. But yeah, Sam Stenning lining up for number 5. He's been quite the handful down there. We were seeing Fletcher Hart's praises earlier, Gussie, but his opponent might get the best of him by the end of the day.
He's going to go on the left foot across the body from the netball court pocket. Sam Stenning, he's a class act. He's a class act, Sam Stenning. He's got 5. Lavington have 11 and 72 plays 55 thanks to Border Carpets Wodonga.
Yeah, they've just really attacked the start of this last quarter, really, really well. The Panthers having they had 3 early goals to get that margin right out there to the 17 points. So really, really good work from the Panthers early in this last quarter.
Yeah, Sammy Stenning, he would have been so disappointed in his own output last week versus the Wang Magpies. And he has responded 7 days later in a big way. Kicks his 5th. Back in the centre, 72 playing 55. And you don't need me to tell you, the yellow and black need the next major desperately. Here goes Newton, though, for the Panthers, burning through the middle. Long one going forward. Oosterhoff, great hands on this occasion. Up against Fletcher Hart and Garthwaite. And he'll have a shot from 30 out, and this would nearly close it out, Freaky.
It's just been an absolute barrage on the Albury Tigers defence to start this last term. There's 7 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet. They've had 4 marks inside forward 50, the Lavington Panthers, in the first 7 minutes of this last term, lining up for their 3rd goal of the quarter as well.
72 playing 55. Tim Oosterhoff. Have we got him down for 3?
I've got him for 2.
For 2. This will be for 3. And he kicks at the rooster. He's got it. Well done to him. That's 56 for the year for the big man.
Well, whatever Adam Schneider kept the group in there for that extra couple of minutes at 3/4 time has clearly got the message through to his boys, because they've been sensational to start this last term. It was a 4-point margin at 3/4 time, which was only 8 minutes ago, and now it's out to 23 points in this game for the Panthers. They've had the 6 inside 50s in this last term to 1 on the 40-wing stat sheet, so they've been really, really dominant in this last term. It probably hasn't been that much clear ball that the Tigers have been able to have so far in this last term.
Around the grounds, thanks to Ray White-Wodonga, Yarrawonga kicking away 61-34 over the Dogs. So an upset brewing at the JC Low Oval. Back in the middle of the ground, Albury trying to regain some ascendancy here. They put their A-graders on the pill. And we're going to have another stoppage here, smack bang in the middle of the ground. We'll get some 40 winks numbers from Brad Freak.
Yeah, just a touch. 6 inside 50s to 1 in favour of the Lavington Panthers in this last term. They've been able to take 4 marks inside forward 50 as well.
78 plays 61 on O&M Live, and the Panthers win the clearance again. Patton's gone behind the ball for the Tigers, breaks away via hand, finds a runner, and the Tigers bring it out to the broadcast side via Kelson. Now it's in the hands of Cousins. Rather laconically, plays on and finds Elliot Powell looking into the sun. Powell breaks away, wants to find his right, sells a bit of candy, then handballed in towards a Panther paddock. Glanville, he handballed backwards, and that's going to be out of bounds on the full. Lukey, you saw that one.
Oh, I was more a bit worried about how Powell went head on at Newton, but anyway, that's okay.
Dangerous kick across the face, a goal. Hart's under the pump here. Breaks away from Ryan. Handballs to a teammate in Newton. He's going to switch the ball dangerously, but finds Big Jack.
Driscoll, 30 out defensively. Norriel Park end. 23-point margin, Panthers up. 4 goals in it. To the back pocket, and Riley Costello has the footy. So he's hemmed in up across the line, against the line. And then a long one. Geez, got onto that. That one's gone about 50 metres out. Good mark from Sanson. Charlie has the footy. Up against Connor Newnham. Geez, been quiet today. Connor Newnham down the line to Hall. And then nicely done. And out of bounds from Kelson. And we will have a boundary throw-in. So 12-6-78 plays 8-7-55. What's your best, Freaky? Thanks to 40 winks.
Yeah, Jack Glanville up to 28 disposals for the game. He's been our leading disposal getter. Jack Costello's had the 21 disposals for the Panthers as well.
Around the grounds, 3/4 time in the TDFL, thanks to Ray White-Wodonga. Yakandanda lead by 19 points over Kiwa Sandy Creek, the undefeated Kiwa Sandy Creek. Might I add, in the TDFL.
Wow.
Plenty happening out there. First versus third. Here's Lipscomb through the corridor for the Tigers, searching for Ryan, who's got the big mitts out in front. Wants to play on quickly, get back on his feet and find an option for the Tigers inside 50. He goes searching for Newnham with good hands out in front, and Jesse Hart just didn't have enough strength to beat Big Connor.
Nah, really good body work there. Just be able to check the Jesse Hart's run there. Connor Newman did, and then was able to take a really nice mark. Really, really important set shot here for the Tigers. They desperately need a goal in this game.
So Connor Newnham, been relatively quiet today since bursting onto the scene in the seniors. He kicks from 40, looks to be across the face. Walker flew. Couldn't quite bring it into the bread basket. It's through for a minor score as Albury move to 9-8-62. The Panthers 12-6-78 on O&M Live. Thanks to the great outdoors.
So Newton, short ball to Sanson. Defensive 50. We've gone over 11 thanks to WNZ final term. To Jake O'Brien. Broadcast side back pocket for the Panthers. Jack Glanville's been manned up by Jake Page. O'Brien, short one. I don't think Riley Costello knew that was intended for him. Cousins picks up the footy, ducking around, weaving, needed a teammate. Bowden just thumps it in and set up for mark of a century if someone can take it. Good mark in front from Bennett in the pocket. And speaking of big marks, Gussie, we understand Charlie McKenna took a hanger down at JC Low Oval today versus the Doggies.
An absolute rip snorter, contender, I reckon podium, mark of the year.
So watch out for that on the O&M Live highlights during the week or tonight. There's Charlie Douglas, fisted away from his grasp. Miles tearing through. Anthony squares it up, good kick to Ryan. Must kick it, Jake. Long for home. Has he got it? No. Yeah, so just when they've needed a goal today, just to strike a blow and put scoreboard pressure on the Panthers, Freaky, they've missed.
Yeah, they have, and they're just getting a little bit of momentum in this game as well, the Tigers, as they turn the ball over here, the Panthers.
Dangerous kicking from full-back has been the theme from Lavington today. Jake Page has marked this one, and he's going to be 55 from home when he kicks the ball. Spots a lead up in Walker and chisels it into his chest. Matt Walker, well and truly within range here. Kicked one already in the second term from this exact spot.
Yeah, he's going to be about 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle, as you said there, Gus. He kicked one from this spot earlier in the game, but as we said with the last couple of shots for the Tigers, this is a must kick. There's been 13 minutes gone in this last term. It's a 19-point margin, so they just, 21-point margin. They just have to kick this one.
So big kick here for Matt Walker. Been a star for the Tigers in 2026. They're a soldier down in the final term, and Walker sprays it across the face. The fourth consecutive behind for the Albury Tigers. They move to 9-10-64. The Panthers 12-6-78. Thanks to the Border Carpet scoreboard.
We've got Cook in the back pocket for the Panthers. 20-point margin. Short one to Newton. Few Tigers having their reunion and a few light refreshments over in the tent over there. Gus McLeod and Freaky. Fletcher Hart with a big fist out of bounds. It'll be nice and chirpy tonight.
The boys will definitely be having fun when they see the Guzzler come in there, won't they?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Gus McLeod just playing his own presence down. Clubroom side, ball back into play from the boundary umpire. Muller and also Cook. Muller won it. Cousins came through. Hall had a swipe at it. Jack Costello picks up the footy, spits it out to Fegan, then on to Charlie Douglas. Down the line they go. Good mark from Sedgwick. They're forward of centre wing. Clubroom side gets the handball off to the running Douglas again. Inside 50. Osterhoff over the top of Garthwaite. Cooper Hall. Inside ball. Fegan just fumbled. Garthwaite taken down. Ball was knocked free. And now it's going to be clamped in. Holding the ball. Gee, that was a quick call. And the Tigers spin it out of the back pocket, and Fletcher Hall has the footy.
So here's Fletch in the back pocket for the Tigers. Oh, not the best kick off the boot. Just lands in the field of play. Will Bowden, happy to see it. Across the chalk and out of bounds for a boundary throw. We'll get around the grounds from Brad Freak. I'll give you the Myrtleford versus North Albury game. At the 19-minute mark, it's locked at 8-10 apiece. One of the big upsets of the season on the cards there for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints brewing against the North Albury Hoppers. We'll get Brad Freak to give us some more shortly. As O'Brien finds Billy Glanville. He's gone here, holding the ball. Free kick to the Albury Tigers. And Lipscomb is going to be the recipient, who's been good today for the Albury Tigers. Wants to go with a short option. He's got Muller and Bowden. The two ruckmen can raffle it. In the end, Muller says, give it here, and he gives it back to Jack. Jack goes inboard, searching for Cousins. Cousins put Page under the pump, and it's a turnover. Jack Glanville under other Bill. Bill on centre wing for the Panthers. Centres the ball, searching for Sedgwick. Got absolutely crunched there by Jesse Wilson, and he won the ball cleanly. Garthwaite breaks away, has a runner out on the far side. He's got Jesse Quaid.
And Quaid chips it over the top to the running Cousins. James got beaten to the footy by McNamara. Here goes Caden. Hooks it over his head by a hand pass. Charlie Douglas again gets it away. Back to Riley Costello. Ryan after him. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll go to Freaky. And we might go around the grounds. Will we Freaky? Or we might pick up one score.
Ray White-Wodonga.
Yeah, for Ray Wodonga, Waingrada Magpies, too good for the Corowa. Rutherglen, Yarrawonga, as Gussie said, up by 28 points against the Dogs, and the Rovers far too good for the Raiders.
Muller goes towards goal, just past the goal square, out of bounds in the pocket now. And back here at the Albury Sports Ground, we've got Lavington at 12-6-78, leading Albury 8-10-58. So a 20-point margin here in the final term. That's on the Border Carpets Wodonga scoreboard. We're going close to 17 for NZ.
Will Christie's got 8 today for the Rovers.
8
goals. He likes a big bag of goals, does Will Christie. Billy Glanville throws it on the boot, kicks it across the face of goal. Snap on goal here from Quaid. Another behind for the Albury Tigers. They cannot buy a goal. 8-11-59 to 12-6-78 here on O&M Live. Thanks to Church and the boys and the Great Outdoors. Go and see them today. They are your wood fire heater specialist, and of course with summer just around the corner, you can go and see Churchy and the boys for a brand new Weber barbecue. Luke Francis, put your Scotch fillet on it.
Now you're cooking with gas. Gus McLeod.
So Lavington from fullback, bringing it out towards the broadcast side. Plenty of Tigers looking to crumb the ball. Nice pick up there from Jack Glanville. There's attack in numbers. Sedgwick got a good bounce. Handball to the voice of Cook. Cook now onto Sean Driscoll. They're on centre wing. Summers with the crucial kick inside 50. Appeals for downfield. Hart dropped a bit of a dolly on the last line of defence. Was Jack Costello, and he's been tackled by Michael Duncan. Will ball it up at the top of the square.
So a lot of numbers around the peel. Umpire sends it up in the air. Bowden, Osterhoff grabbed it out of the ruck. Left foot going for home. Fletcher Hart got a fist to it. They're on the line. They concede through for a minor score. Yeah. So 79 plays 59, back to a 20-point margin. Tigers waste no time coming back to Cousins, to Patton. How many, Freaky, for Patton?
He's coming up to 21. He's kicked the 4 goals as well. He's had a great game for the
Yeah,
Tigers.
he's been very solid. Now, Sansa being held on to. He'll win the free kick. Terrific acting from him too, just to add to it. Bit of Daniel
Academy Award.
Bit of Daniel Day-Lewis stuff. Out wide towards the balcony, and Jake O'Brien.
Jake O'Brien's been great this last quarter, I thought. I think he's been really influential, just as he is the vice-captain in the side, Luke. He's really stood up for the Panthers in his last term.
Yeah. 15 vice-captains. There's Sanson. Now, Cousins wins it back. Low ball inside 50. Good mark from Walker. And he knows he can't waste any time with this. 20-point margin. So this would bring it back to 14.
Still time, I think, Luke.
Yeah.
With those early goals, Gussie, it's going to be a 28, 29-minute quarter. That gives us still about 10 more minutes, but they just have to capitalise on some of these opportunities that they have in the Tigers.
Absolute must. Matt Walker, 45 out. 45-degree angle. Noriel Parkend. What's he think? I reckon he's got it. He has got it, so it's back to 14, so it's not over yet. The papers aren't quite stamped here at the Albury Sports Ground.
Couple of goals as well for Matty Walker, but that is a really crucial one. The Tigers, I feel in the last 10, 15 minutes, outside of the first 7 minutes where Lavy had all the momentum, kicked those opening few goals, I think the Tigers have had the fair run of the play. They just haven't been able to capitalise on the scoreboard. They're finally, through Matty Walker there, able to put one through the big sticks. And just see, as you say, Gussie, you're right. I still reckon there is a little bit of time left in this match.
Siren between Yarrawonga and the Bulldogs, 68-40. So Yarrawonga have upset the apple cart there, and North Albury lead by a point, 59-58 at the 25th minute mark against the Saints.
What's going on?
What is going on here as Powell sends the Tigers inside 50, searching for Ryan. Was he pushed? No. Umpire said no. Good officiating for mine. Newton in front of the Heritage listed scoreboard here at Tigerland. Chips one to Jesse Hart. Haven't these VFL Geelong boys been good today in Hart and Costello? How many for Costello, Brad Freak, on the 40-wing stat sheet?
22 disposals.
He's been superb today. A few goal assists as well. Down the line, Stenning front and centre. Duncan there for the Tigers. So too is Sanson for the Panthers. Pinballs around on centre wing. Was Hall held? Umpire said no. Well done by Driscoll. Got on to Boston Sheridan. And his kick is in towards the advantage here of Cooper Hall. Breaks away with poise, the young fella. Gets himself to 50. Handballs to the runner in Summers. Summers can steady and kick a big goal for the Panthers. A play of the day on O&M Live, thanks to Elite Body and Paint, and the Panthers get a steadier.
Yeah, really, really good play there from Cooper Hall and Summers as well in that forward half. I think these smaller plays in the front half for Lavington and in Summers and Hall, I think they've had really, really strong performances today, and really good for them to get on the end there and get a bit of reward. And as we've seen all day, when one team's been able to get a goal and try and get back into the game, the other one's been able to count back straight away, just as the Panthers have there, and give themselves that 20-point lead yet again.
Yeah, they've kicked 4 of the last 5, the Panthers. So there's the game there in the final term. Back in the middle. So we're gone close to 22 for NZ Albury in round 16. Here's Lipscomb. Jack weaving his way through. And he sends it up inside 50. Walker got a leap at it. Bennett on the boot. Hacks it back towards the centre. Good mark from Mick Duncan.
Around the grounds, North Albury have beaten Myrtleford by a point full time.
My goodness. There goes Cousins. Drives it up forward. Riley Costello in a race for it with Ryan. Well done by Ryan. Costello hit the deck. They go at it again. Great battle.
Holding man.
And the free kick given away. So Jake will take it. Margin back out to 20. This to bring it back to 14. Jake Ryan in the pocket. Right foot snap. Misses. 19-point margin in favour of the Panthers here. We're gone almost 23 for NZ.
On the 40-wing stat sheet, Jack Linscomb, 5 disposals for the Albury Tigers in this last quarter. He's up to 19 for the game, 4 for Ben Patton. He takes him to 21 for the game. For the Lavington Panthers, Nick Newton, he's had the 6 disposals, gets him to 22 for the match for the Lavington Panthers.
So a kick in from fullback for the Panthers. Long down the line they go with Newton. Garthwaite's in the hole, brought it front and centre. Cooper Hall's had a big final turn. Handball searching for Sheridan. Garthwaite gets busy, regains the football. And we have a ball up on centre wing here. So looks as if Lavington should have enough here in the tank to hold on O&M Live. We've played 23 minutes thanks to NZ. Hall fed it back to Shawnee Driscoll. Kicks up towards half forward. McNamara paddled it to his own advantage. Handballed over the top. It was intercepted there by Hart and a big tackle applied on him. We're going to ball the footy up between the 50-metre arc and the centre square in attack for the Panthers.
Yeah, so they're going to do enough, the Panthers, to get home in round 16. As the clock ticks away, here's Billy Glanville trying to pick up the footy at bootlace level. He's taken in by Lipscomb and also Power. What's been your thoughts, Freaky, overall of the game today?
I think it's been a really, really strong contest from both sides. I think the Panthers have probably just been the slightly better side. They've been able to take a bit more ascendancy when they've got it. Albury in this last term probably had the opportunities to get themselves back in the game, but just couldn't capitalise on it.
Yeah, 21 scoring shots to 20 in favour of the Tigers. Here's Ben Patton sitting under it. But on the scoreboard overall, it's the Panthers 85-66 leading the yellow and black. Here's Costello. Jack, he's a classy player. Off to Caden McNamara, on to Jack Glanville, and he spots a player in the pocket in Nick Sedgwick, and he will take the kick, and this will finish off the game, Freaky.
Yeah, it certainly will, and that takes Jack Glanville up to 31 disposals for the game today. I think he's been outstanding. He's probably been Lavington's best over the whole course of the game. He had 21 of those disposals in the first half, mind you, so he was outstanding early in the game for the Panthers.
Yeah, expect a podium finish on Morris Medal Night, I reckon, Gussie, for Jack Glanville. I reckon he'll go close. Here's Nico Sedgwick, 35 out, and yep, he's got it. Didn't look like he liked it, but he's made it in the end. So 91 playing 66. Panthers are home here at the Albury Sports Ground.
It's hard to read that one because there wasn't a lot going on, but he looked like his mates were happier than he was. But yeah. I'm sure that Nick Sedgwick would be very happy with the 4 points, taking that back to Tigerland. Sorry, not Tigerland, to Pantherland tonight.
What do you reckon, Gus McLeod?
Disappointing for the Albury Tigers, especially in that third term when they brought the margin back to 6 with Hillary. They'll be disappointed with the output in the final term.
Well, there was 4 points at three-quarter time in saying that, Gussie, and you just look at the margin now. The Panthers have just been far stronger than them in this last quarter.
Contenders for Revel Training Player of the Day, gents, as we're back in the middle of the ground?
I would say Jack Glanville by the length of the Flemington straight.
Yep.
Well, I get the final say, so
what the heck?
I'm boundary riding the post-game, so we'll wait and see what plays out there as Albury look to get the ball inside 50 once again. We've got a free kick here, Brad Freak. That's as blatant as you can get.
That was pretty clumsy, I'd say.
And the umpire's going to bring this one back here. It's going to be a free kick. Going to go the way of Lipscomb, who's been gallant today for the Tigers. Plays on into the pocket, searching for Walker. Ball spills to the front of the contest. O'Brien left it behind. Should be holding the ball. Free kick. Umpires put the whistle away in the late stage of the game. Pinball's around 35 metres out from Tigers' goal. Now the umpire calls for it and we'll ball it up. Righto, Lukey, bring it home on O&M Live. Thanks to the great outdoors. 91 plays 66 in favour of the Panthers.
Has been calling for Border Bandag. Brad Freak on the 40-wing stats. His special comments for the new market as Cousins tries to shoot one for home, but that is full time at the Albury Sports Ground this afternoon in round 16. And the Lavington Panthers have been too strong. They win 14-7-91 to the Albury Tigers 9-12-66. So Gus McLeod is about to leave the box with our roving mic, and he'll take the Revel Fitness sign down to ground level, and he'll pluck out our player of the day. But Freaky, in the end, it was a good tussle here at the Albury Sports Ground, but the Panthers just too strong, and they've come away to take the points.
Yeah, it was a really, really strong performance for both sides, but as you say there, Lukey, the Panthers were overall throughout the game, probably the better side. Obviously, through the second and third quarter, I thought the Tigers were really, really strong, but just, in that last term when they had their opportunities, they just weren't able to capitalise. And the Panthers early in that last quarter really threw the knockout punch, didn't they, to kick 3 goals early in that last term to be able to get themselves out to a 20-point margin and then ultimately keep it into that for the majority of the game. So the Panthers, well done to them. They'll be really happy with that performance and, keep building a little bit of momentum in the back half of the last few weeks of the season for them.
Absolutely, Freaky. So I thought Jack Lamble had a super day. How many did he end up with? We know Sammy Stenning kicked 5 goals for the Panthers. How many was Jack at full time?
He had 31 disposals for the Panthers. He had 21 of them in the first half, but I thought his performance all day was really, really strong for the Panthers.
And who else figured for Lavington?
In today's game, we had Jack Costello, who I thought was outstanding as well. He had the 23 disposals. Nick Newton had the 22 disposals as well, 19 for Billy Glanville as well. So they're really, really strong, and even across the board, I thought the Panthers and some guys that probably aren't as heralded as others, I thought had really strong games, such as Cooper Hall. I thought he had a sensational game today across that half-forward line, as well as Jai Summers, and then also Aiden Cook as well. I thought the medium to small size forwards for the Panthers really stood up, because I thought Ryan Garthwaite for the Tigers did an outstanding job on the big Rooster down there. And I don't know if the Rooster had a huge influence on today's game, but just his their ability around him to be able to get into the game and get on the scoreboard was outstanding. I think we've got Gussie downstairs.
Here we go. We'll go down to Gus McLeod, and it looks like he's got Jack Lamble with him.
Certainly do. How many disposals for Jack Lamble, Freaky?
31 on the
31 disposals. A big final two. You must be really happy with the win, Jack.
Yeah, it was a good game. Obviously, Albury, they're up and about at the moment after beating Rovers last week, so we sort of built it up as a pretty big game, and I reckon they would have done the same thing as well. We probably both can't make finals, so this was, one we penciled in for the run home, and it was good to perform. It was a good even contest and a perfect day for it here at Albury, which is one of the best grounds in Australia, I reckon. So,
tell us about your season. Last year, spent a fair bit of time on the outside. Now got your opportunity in the engine room. It seems to be a challenge you're relishing.
Yeah, I like it in there. You can sort of run around and hunt the footy, I suppose. I don't mind it on the outside as well. It's a lot easier on the body, but I don't mind playing in there, especially we got, I suppose, playing with Bill and Coop Hall and Cozzy and that. They sort of help you out as well, so it's good.
And nice to have Jesse and Jack back from VFL duties.
Oh, definitely. You can see what difference they make. Like Cozzy's last quarter was super, and Jesse didn't lose a one-on-one all day, so it was great to have them back.
Well done, a Rebel training player today, Jack Glanville.
Thank you, thanks.
Yeah, well done to Jack, and well done to the great Gus McLeod down there on ground level. I've probably done Jack Costello a misjustice, I reckon. Freaky, an injustice, I should say, because I said Jack Glanville should win the Rebel Fitness Player of the Day by the length of the Flemington Straight. Well, the Flemington Straight's a long way. It's 450 metres long, and Jack Costello played a bloody good game.
Oh, there's a lot of them out there that played a lot of good games. You know, we haven't even really touched on Sam Stenny kicked 5 goals in the forward half for him as well. So, as I touched on the other smaller guys before, and Cooper Hall and Jay Summers, they had another guy down there, and Sam Stenny kicked 5 I didn't even give a mention to before. So, it shows how well that the rest of the forward line worked around the big Rooster, who was relatively well held today by Ryan Garthwaite. So, it's a sign of really good, strong things in that forward half that, your big prime mover doesn't get much of the footy or is well held, which does happen. That's a part of the game. But it was really, really good signs for the Panthers to be able to see these other guys around him really stand up and deliver and help deliver a winning score on today. So I think that's probably one thing that the coaching staff of the Panthers would be really, really pleased of, is even though their main man was well held, the rest of the forward line functioned really, really strongly off it.
Yeah, they certainly did, Freaky. So the final score again here at the Albury Sports Ground this afternoon was the Panthers 14-7-91 over the Tigers 9-12-66. Our post-game show will be for the Clubhouse Bar and Bistro at Wodonga. Now the Panthers are heading into the rooms now, and Gus McLeod is in pursuit, so we'll hear the song very shortly before we go to the break, and looking forward to it, because I reckon they'll sing this with some gusto, because they dropped the game back in round 7.
Have you got us there, boys?
Yeah,
beautiful.
Here we go. Panthers about to go. Well, we've just lost Gussie now, have we?
Yeah.
Looks like we lost reception. Yeah, hopefully we can get it back. Here we go. How's your singing, Freaky?
Yeah, not as good as what the boys would be down there right now. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate we're just losing it down there. Go back to show! Oh, the premierships we play! Put it up, Lavington! Do we win? Premiership! How we doing? Easy! Yeah, the boys down there are going to be pretty happy, I would have thought. So
they are, Freaky. They are.
Definitely are. They definitely are.
Absolutely. Okay, so well done to them. The Panthers getting home in round 16 of the O&M over the Tigers. Okay, we'll get to a break from the Albury Sports Ground. Again, the post-game show is for the Clubhouse Bar and Bistro at Wodonga. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.